Hello, you guys. How is everyone doing? I'm gonna wait and let y'all start getting the notifications. I see 4 people. Hey, Diane. Let's see. I see Diane, John Anderson, Lil Mama, Dot Again, Nola Girl, Miss Muffin, Divine Black Rose, Kwana, ZK, TB21, Nisha Mack, Tyranny. Tyranny, did you want to call? I'm gonna put the number. Well, the number is up. Tyranny, you could call. Did you want to come up on the panel, or did you want to call in? Sierra, Lynn. Did I say TB21? ZK, Napoleon, Positive Vibes. I am She Johnson. DA, Neo, Nene, Diane Wright, E Class Auto 901. It's Naya. How is everybody doing? Hey, Justice for Dog. Hey, he says, hey Tam, did you see that Uncle Lambert? What I told you a while ago? No, I didn't see it. One of the roots of the tree. No, I didn't see that. It seemed like to me they're getting to the bottom of. I see what Hernandez Govan's lawyer is doing. Hey, I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad. I see what he's doing. Hey, Miss Felisa. Hey, Miss Sherry. He was in the phone logs right at the time when I was told straight cop picked up money from him. Oh. It says, what's up, Ace? DA says Diane Govan has on makeup to cover the teardrop under his eye. Y'all come on into the room. Steven says, we see Govan was lying when he said he didn't know about paper route. He was sending all kinds of addresses to Cornelius and Justin. Bruh is getting life. Let me just say this. Hey, Miss Stephanie, I want to acknowledge everybody that is coming into the chat. I want to say, hey, Mildred. Thank you, Miss Goodman. I want to say this, you all. As I've been watching this, it has been extremely, just thinking about, I know Cornelius is a grown man, but Cornelius had an addiction. And I think it's sad when people are addicted to drugs, and it's been happening forever, how they get taken advantage of, look at me, I'm getting all emotional. I think that they had a dedication to, Cornelius was on drugs and he wanted pills, and they felt like his life was nothing. They felt like his life meant nothing. So they just kept giving him weapons. He said he was given a gun and told to, go and take Wu out. And I'm sure he did it just for pills. I mean, they were just sending him. They had decided that they was gonna get some money, and if he had to die for them to get that money, then that's what was gonna happen. I think it's sad, y'all. Edward says nothing but a dope fiend. Hey, Miss Kimberly, we're waiting for more people to come in. I'm back. Had to take phone call. So Tyranny, did you wanna call in? Y'all, Tyranny wanted to talk about something. Cornbread was in his addiction, but he woke now. Right, but he's woke now. Hey, SPL, positive vibes. You all make sure y'all come into the room as you come in. Hey, Tanya, aka T. Yeah, Straight Drop was dead set on getting pre-artists, and that's because Straight Drop wanted. That's because Straight Drop wanted a deal. I see that, Quet's lawyer is definitely full of a lot of trickery. I see what he's pulling. You know what I mean? I want to go back over some of that. I didn't get a chance to look at the whole trial today. On my phone, you get little breaks and stuff, and I didn't get the opportunity, so we'll be going. So I saw like little bits and pieces of it. And he's full of a lot of trickery. Okay, he just flat out called Stupid Duke a serial killer. He called Stupid Duke a serial killer. And he made the officer talk about a case that he is working even right now. Straight Drop wanted revenge for money. I think he making a fool of himself. Yeah, he just flat out lying. Okay, he said, how come Juk was never questioned? Now he know he lying. He's lying. Okay. Hey. Yeah, long live young Dolph. I mean, I think a lot of people already know that Juk was picked up by the feds and questioned. I mean, yeah, Manny is definitely dishonest. He's one of those ones that is totally dishonest. He said to Cornelius' girlfriend that he had talked to her or something. That's what I don't. Victoria, the prosecutors don't need to just let him lie like that, but they will have an opportunity to do some type of rebuttal. Okay, they'll have an opportunity to do some type of rebuttal. But it do, they have an opportunity. The prosecution didn't do enough to prepare for this trial, and it's showing Manny getting everything in he wants, but still hasn't addressed the connection to Cornbread. ZK says, hope they hold his ass in contempt. Capricorn says he trying to get him an appeal for lying. He trying to get him a appeal for lying. Stephanie says she's watched it all. Yeah, I was like, he's going to make him talk about Juk. Big Juk was in a coke indictment was coming. That cop caught him trying to get away. He's up there. He's doing a lot of lying. If you look at the judge, how she looking at him like he's trying to run her courtroom. I saw how Judge Melissa, I mean not Melissa, but how Judge Johnson was looking at him. He's trying to run her courtroom as if he's smarter than her. I think, and because I hate to say this, because they be all on here looking at stuff. I mean, this says man is snitching for Govan and getting everything and everyone on the record in court. Okay. Victoria, I know all he needs is reasonable doubt. It is up to the prosecutors to prove their case, and all he has to do is put doubt. in the mind, but he's telling so many damn lies. He don't want to seem like he ain't credible. I don't trust him at this point. He's been caught up in so many lies. Hell, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. So he don't want to make himself seem like a jackleg attorney. I mean, because he has to maintain his credibility. Okay, he has to maintain his credibility. At this point, he ain't doing that. Okay. Hold on, you all. You make sure y'all hit the like button for me, okay? Make sure you all hit the like button. Stop. Okay, let's go through this. Let's go through this.
The hallway.
Yes.
If we can, where's Officer Schaefer? Get Officer Schaefer to go out and let them know they are not to be camera.
Boaz.
Officer Boaz, if you can can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
If you can let the cameras know out in the hallway that they are not to video these families as they come and go out of the courtroom.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Any pre-trial matters we need to take up?
No, yeah.
You can bring it through. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Yes. For the record, please.
Okay, you all, this is Cornelius's girlfriend.
The state calls Angela Arnold.
Angela Arnold.
Just stand right here, ma'am. Please just raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Have a seat, please.
Good morning. Could you state and spell your name for the jury?
My name is Angela Arnold, ANGELAARNOLD.
Ms. Arnold, are you familiar with someone named Cornelius Smith?
Yes,
How are you familiar with him?
dating my boyfriend
How long have you been with Ms. Smith?
since 2016.
Okay. And were you dating him in 2021?
Yes,
Do you know an individual by the name of Hernandez Govan?
I don't know him, but I've seen.
If
I
you
know
were
of him.
okay, but you've seen him before?
Yes,
If you could look around the courtroom and tell us if you see him here today?
yes.
Could you point him out and identify him for the record, please?
And gray shirt was the gray tie.
For the record, she's identified Mr. Domain in court.
Thank you. Ms. Arnold, if you could remove your name. Thank you. And how are you familiar, or where have you seen Mr. Govan?
A couple of times riding with Cornelius over his house,
Over whose house?
over Govan's house.
Okay. So you and Cornelius Smith would go to Govan's house?
I would ride with him, yes.
Okay. Would you ever go inside?
No,
So how do you know it was Govan's house?
because Cornelius told me.
Did you see Govan outside the home?
Yes,
Okay. Do you know where this home is located?
on Bradley Street,
What area of town is that?
Orange Mountain.
And on the times that you saw him at the home, did you ever speak to Mr. Govan?
No,
Have you ever spoken to Mr. Govan?
no,
And so did Mr. Smith ever tell you about discussions that he might have had with Mr. Govan?
yes.
So what did he tell you?
He said, something about a hit
A hit on who?
on dog.
So Cornelius Smith told you that he talked about a dog hit with Hernandez Govan.
Yes,
Okay. So do you remember when Mr. Smith told you about that conversation?
I can't remember the exact date.
Was it in 2021?
I can't remember.
Was it hot or cold outside? Do you
It
remember?
was hot outside.
Okay. And so when Mr. Smith told you about that discussion he had with Govan, did he ever tell you about a dollar amount?
He mentioned a dollar amount.
Do you remember what that dollar amount was?
It was between $1 million and 1.5.
Okay. And so this discussion that y'all had, was it before Adolph Horton was killed?
Yeah,
Okay. And so did Mr. Smith ever tell you any specifics about this hit on Dolph?
no,
Okay. Did he tell you when and where they were going to do it?
no,
Okay. And to your knowledge, did Mr. Smith ever have, well, let me back up a little bit. Do you know someone by the name of Anthony Mims or Big Joe?
yes,
Okay. To your knowledge, did Smith ever have direct contact with Big Joe?
no.
So how would he, if he communicated at all with Big Joe, how did he do that?
He said he would talk to Govan, send a message through him, and he would get a message to Judge. And Judge would talk to Govan, and Govan would tell them a message.
Okay. So Govan was the link between Mr. Smith and Big Joe.
Yes,
Okay. So I'm going to fast forward to November 17th, 2021. Do you know where you were that day?
yes.
Where were you?
I was at his dad's house before I went home.
Whose dad's house?
Cornelius,
Okay. And was Mr. Smith there as well?
yes.
How long were y'all there for?
I had left, I can't remember.
When did you leave?
It was, I can't remember the time, but I know I had left and went home.
Did you leave alone?
Yes,
So Mr. Smith wasn't with you?
I had took him to work.
Okay. You took Cornelius Smith to work?
No,
Who did you take to work?
his dad.
Okay. And so when you left the house that day, was Cornelius Smith still at the house? Okay. Did you see him leave the house?
No, I did.
Okay. Do you remember him getting any calls that morning before you left his dad's house?
He got a phone call.
Okay. So Cornelius Smith got a phone call before you left.
Yes.
Do you happen to know who that call was from?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you recall anyone coming to the house before you left?
I signed a car pulled up, but I can't tell you who was in it.
Okay. What kind of car was it?
It was a white car.
Do you know the make or the model of the car?
No, I don't.
Was it a truck? Was it a sedan?
It was a car. It wasn't an SUV.
Okay. And you said you don't know the other person in the car.
No, I don't.
Okay. Did you see Mr. Smith get into the car at all?
No, I had pulled up.
Okay. And where exactly did this person pull up to? Was it right in front of Cornelius's?
It was across the street.
Okay. Do you know if that car was there for Cornelius Smith?
I really don't.
Okay. And so I want to go to later on that day, November 17th, 2021. Did Cornelius Smith contact you later that day?
Yes.
Okay. How did he contact you? Did he call you?
He called me.
Okay. Did he call you from his usual phone number?
Mm-mm. I
Okay,
didn't recognize the number.
okay. And so he called you, and what did he say to you?
Told me to come pick him up.
From where?
2 Lane Apartments.
Okay. Have you ever been to 2 Lane Apartments before?
No, I had.
Okay. So he told you where he was. Did you go and pick him up?
Yes.
And when you picked him up, what kind of car were you driving?
My car.
Yeah.
I had a Chevy Trax.
What color was it?
Like a dark gray.
I'm going to show you what has been previously marked as Exhibit 6, the video. Does that car look familiar?
Yes.
Is that your car?
Yes.
And who are you waiting on at that point?
Cornelius.
And who's that walking out right there?
This Cornelius with a bag in his hand.
Is Cornelius in the black?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, is he walking towards your car?
Yes.
Okay. If I showed you a screenshot of some surveillance footage from that same time and that same place, could you recognize it?
Yeah, yes or no?
Yes.
I need for you to say that she recorded.
I'm
Up in the top left corner of that picture, right on the edge, do you see Cornelius Smith?
Yes.
Okay, and do you see your car?
Yes.
Your Honor, we ask this photo to be entered as the next number exhibit.
No objection.
Stop.
So this is a photo of a parking lot, several cars in the lot, apartment complexes around the picture, in the edge of the picture. And on the very left edge of the picture is who has been identified as Cornelius Smith with the bag. We'll mark this as Exhibit 7. Let's try it.
Your Honor, may I have permission to publish in the jury?
You all hit the like button. It's 300 people in here.
Ms. Arnold,
Hit the like button for me.
this pointer. And this very first button, if you could use it to kind of circle where Cornelius Smith is and where your car is.
Y'all, we're going to talk about how in the world
The very first
this
button.
stupid Duke name come up in this. I agree, Major Money.
Do it through your screen. You want to step down, step right there and see if you can play it. When it's the phone number,
It should be now.
That's the top of it.
you got the air down. It's, and let me see if it's working. Give it back to
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
There.
You just have to hold it. Okay, so that person right there, that's Cornelius Smith.
Yes.
And the car next to him, is that your car?
Yes.
Okay. You can see it. Thank you. Thank you. So, Mr. Smith, he got in your car, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And when he got into your car, did he talk to you at all?
Yeah.
What did he tell you?
He been hit
So he got shot?
in
Okay. Do you know where he got shot at?
the shoulder.
Did he tell you how he got shot?
Yeah.
So how did he tell you he got shot?
He said he got shot when they went up there in Makita's cookies, and he said they were shooting it off, and when he got back to the car, someone shot back at them, and he got shot in the shoulder.
Okay. Did he tell you anything else about that incident? Did he ever tell you why he didn't call you from his own number?
He said that he put his phone in the car,
In which car?
the Mercedes.
Okay. Did he tell you where the car was?
No, he didn't tell me where it was.
Okay. Well, did he try to get his phone back?
Yes.
How do you know that?
He told me we need to go up there and get his phone out the car, and he got in touch with GoVan, and we went up the pressure wire.
Okay. So he got in touch with GoVan. Did he use your phone to do that?
I can't remember.
Okay. So one way or another, he got in touch with GoVan.
Yes.
Okay. And when y'all left Two Lane Apartments, where did y'all go?
It's a pressure wire.
Did y'all immediately go to Pressure World, or did y'all make a stop beforehand?
When we stopped at the gas station across the street, he got him a cigarette.
Okay, so after y'all left the gas station, y'all went to Pressure World. And when you got to Pressure World, who was there?
GoVan.
Okay. And was he inside of his car or was he outside?
He was inside of a car.
Okay, do you remember what kind of car
Hey,
it
E
was?
baby.
Okay. And so were you driving at that point?
Yes.
Okay. So you parked the car.
Hey, Tamika.
And did Cornelius stay in the car or did he get out?
He got out and went back there where he was. GoVan got out of the car and they walked to the back and they was talking. I didn't hear the conversation because I was in my car.
Okay. So you didn't hear anything?
No.
Did you ever speak to GoVan at all?
No.
But you saw him at the car wash that day?
Yes.
Did you see Mr. GoVan give Mr. Smith anything?
I did.
Okay. And after this, did you and Mr. Smith leave?
Yeah.
Where did y'all go?
He was just riding around.
Okay. Did y'all ever stop at any point?
Yeah, went to AutoZone.
Okay. So was it that same day that y'all went to AutoZone?
Yeah.
Okay. So why did y'all go to AutoZone?
To get a car cover.
So did Smith tell you that you needed a car cover?
No, the car cover was supposed to be for the cover of the car that I guess they used.
Okay.
Hey, Lamar.
Did he tell you that anyone told him to get a car cover?
No, he didn't.
Okay. He just said we need to go to AutoZone and get a car cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time was this?
I can't recall.
Okay. And you said it was the same day that you got the phone from Pressure World?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can you say this now, please?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. So y'all got to AutoZone. And did you go inside or did Mr. Smith go inside?
I can't remember.
Okay. But was a car cover purchased at all?
Yes,
And how do you know that?
because it was purchased, but I can't remember who bought it.
Okay. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. And was it in an AutoZone bag or something like that?
Yes.
Okay. So what happened after y'all left AutoZone?
We rolled around, tried to get him some pain meds because he said he was hurt.
Okay. After y'all rode around and tried to get him some pain meds, where did y'all end up?
We ended up at his dad's house because he was bleeding real bad and he wanted to change clothes.
Okay. And did he change clothes?
Mm-hmm.
What happened while
I'm sorry. Yes.
And what happened when y'all got to the house and once he changed clothes?
He changed clothes and he went in the bathroom. I was sitting in his bedroom and he passed out. and I got him up off the floor.
Okay. And what happened after you got him off the floor?
We left.
Who was we?
Me and Cornelius left.
Okay, so y'all left his dad's house.
Yes.
And where did y'all go?
We ended
Hey,
up at his
Stanley.
aunt house.
Okay. And just for the jury's clarification, where is Cornelius Smith's dad's house located?
Wild Rose.
Okay. About how far away is it from the house that you remember Mr. Govan being at?
Hey, Stanley, when I open up the lines, will you call in?
It's not far.
Okay. Would you say less than 5 minutes?
I'd say about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes.
I think so too. Positive vibes. He had told her he was gonna buy her a house, but then he told the baby mama that he was trying to get back with the baby
I'm gonna
mama.
ask another question. So, was there ever a time where during this time, did Mr. Smith ever ask
Hey,
you to drop
Tracy.
him off and spin the block and then come back and get him?
Yes.
Okay, where were y'all when this happened?
That day, it was dark outside, and he wanted to wipe. He said wipe the print. He thought his fingerprints was on the car. He wanted to wipe his prints off the car. So I pulled up at the top of Bradley Street. He got out, and I hit the block and came back and picked him up.
Okay, and you said this was nighttime.
Yes.
And when was what? Do you remember what day this was?
I don't.
Okay, was it before or after you got the car covered?
I don't remember.
So let's fast forward a little bit. Just about a week or so later, did you stay in Memphis?
Yes.
So you were in Memphis the week after that?
Well, the Thanksgiving night, we went to Atlanta. I had a job offer. So we left like 4 o'clock that morning because I had to go get a TB skin test read. So we made it up there, and I got a text from Greater Hospital saying that orientation had been canceled, and they'll let me know when the next orientation will be. So we left like that Sunday and came back to Memphis.
Okay. So how long were y'all in Atlanta for?
From just a weekend. I say from we left that Thursday night. Well, Friday and Saturday we came back Sunday.
Okay. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit into December. Did Mr. Smith ever say that he talked to Govan after the murder? Did he ever tell you that he ran into Govan?
She said not Greater
Okay,
Hospital.
when did he tell you that?
He said he was he was in South Memphis going to get some pills, and he ran into him in traffic. He blew the horn. Govan turned around, made a U-turn, and got behind him. He said they got out, and Govan was like, "I've been looking for you. You good? You all right?" And he said, yeah, I'm good." He said, Govan was like, "I don't know what you done heard, but I ain't said nothing. I ain't said nothing, but we gonna get this money." And he said something about going to Privé. And he gonna make sure that he get his money.
So the next day, after this run-in with Mr. Govan in the street, did you see Mr. Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you see him?
He picked me up from work. We was together.
Okay. And where did y'all go after he picked you up from work?
We went up his own house.
Okay. When was the last day that you remember actually seeing Mr. Smith?
Well, the day that he got picked up, I had a job interview after by the airport. I took my grandkids to school. I went to my job interview. We left the job interview. It was his daughter's birthday. He wanted to take her some cupcakes or something, so he had to talk to her mom to make sure it was okay. We went to the school. She called to verify that it would be okay.
Who is she?
Shay, his baby mom.
Okay.
So we left there, we went to Kroger, got some cupcakes and stuff, and he dropped me off at work.
Okay. And that was the last time you remember seeing him?
Mm-hmm.
And to your knowledge, was he arrested today?
Yes. He left me stranded at work. I didn't realize he had got locked up until the next day because I was stranded at work. He was in my car. He had my phone, so I had no way of calling him or anything. So the next day when I got up, my daughter took me up his baby mom house, and that's when I found out that he had got arrested.
Have you ever spoken to police about this whole situation?
Yes,
Did you speak to them multiple times?
twice.
That first time, did you tell them everything that you told us today?
Yeah,
The first
some
time?
of it, some of it. I held back some information
Okay.
the first time. So the second time I went down there, I told him everything. 'Cause I told him I was scared for my family.
I'll pass the witness around.
Yeah, if you could have a minute to switch out the computers, yeah, just I'll log off first tomorrow.
You all run the lights up for me.
Just give me 1 second until we get. Good. All right, Ms. Arnold, my name is Manny Aurora. I'm the lawyer for Mr. Golan in this case, okay?
Okay.
It's clear you don't want to be here today, do you?
No, I don't.
Speaking of talking to folks, how many times have you talked to the government before today, being the prosecutors?
The police.
The police or the prosecutors here today?
I talked to the police. I came down here to 201. I talked to the police twice.
Okay,
And I talked to those ladies once
when was that?
last week.
Okay, could it have been twice that they came by your house last week?
I wasn't there.
Okay, did you talk to them this morning?
Yes.
Did you watch any of this trial on TV yesterday?
Not much of it.
All right, but you watched some of it, the trial, so you heard what the
I
witness.
saw the beginning of it.
Did you see your boyfriend's testimony? None of it.
Yes or no?
No,
Why not?
I just couldn't watch it.
Okay, but you watched some of the trial yesterday before you testified. You're testifying
Just
here
the
today.
beginning of it.
Okay. Do you remember back on June 24th of 2025, your daughter had a baby, right?
Yes.
All right. You remember I came by your house to try to talk to you, and I came back the next day to talk to you, and you mentioned to me that you don't remember anything about this, and you have nothing to say. You remember
I didn't talk to you.
that? Okay. So on June 24th, when you had your body, you know I came by your house, right? You remember that?
I didn't ever see you.
With regards to Cornelius, you've been dating him since 2016,
Yes.
and you talk to him regularly.
Yes.
You still talk to him since he's been locked up.
Yes.
You go visit him.
Well, I can't personally go visit him.
Okay,
They do a video visit.
so let me rephrase. You talk to him on the phone and you video visited with him. Does Mr. Cornelius ever call you on a cell
Now,
phone?
y'all, now that's the type of stuff right there.
So it's always a
That
recorded
man know
line?
he had not seen that lady.
The video visits, though, those are you guys. All right. How many times do you think you visited him in the last 4 years since he got arrested?
Since he been, for this case,
For this case without bond, he's in pending trial.
well, when he was down here at 201, I used to come down here and visit him.
And with regards to what you testified to here today, I mean, everything's essentially what Cornelius has told you, right? You're just repeating what he said to you.
Yes.
Okay. So this thing about pressure world, well, let's take it one step at a time. Do you know who Bobby Carter is?
A friend of his.
Did Cornelius ever tell you about doing a shooting with Bobby Carter in the summer of 2021, a few months before Dolph was killed?
No.
Right. Did he ever tell you doing any type of shooting or trying to shoot somebody named Moochie Gray?
No.
Right. But Bobby Carter's a friend of his, right?
Yes.
And Bobby Carter also lives on Bradley Street, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you know Bobby Carter.
I've seen him.
And with regards to Mr. Govan, how long have Cornelius and Mr. Govan been hanging out? It's been a while, right?
Yes.
All right. So by a while, I mean, they've known each other for a long time.
Stop.
I would say.
Okay. So you're not talking about a couple weeks or a month. He's known him for a while. He buys his pills from him. He hangs out at Bradley, right?
Yes.
All right. So I just want to make sure my definition of a while is the same as yours. So if I said I just met somebody a couple weeks ago, that wouldn't be accurate. He's known Mr. Govan for a while.
From my knowledge, for some months.
Okay. And he would then go do pill sales with him. He'd go buy pills at his house.
Yes.
But he'd also buy pills from Bobby Carter.
I'm not sure.
When you talked to the police, do you remember telling them that Cornelius would buy pills from a street called Redbud on Redbud Street?
Yes.
Okay. Who lives on Redbud Street?
I don't know the girl's name, but somebody he know and buy pills from.
Okay. Did Cornelius ever tell you that Mr. Govan is a federal snitch?
He said he heard something like that.
All right. Was that before or after the shooting of Mr. Govan?
After.
Okay. With regards to the pressure world, you familiar with pressure world?
Yes. Yeah.
You've been there a bunch, you recognize it?
I ain't been there a bunch.
How many times you been there?
I don't never go there. I drive by there.
Okay. Would you recognize it if I showed you some pictures of it?
Yes.
You all hit the like button. We got 380 people in here and only 179 likes. Moderators, please remind everyone to hit the like button and
I'm gonna
subscribe
hand you
to
about
the
10
channel,
or
please.
12 pages. If you could just look through it and tell me if this is the pressure world that you recognize.
Yes.
And that's what pressure world looked like on that day on the 17th when you guys went there to meet Govan to pick up the phone, right?
Yes.
It's true and accurate of how you remember it looking back in November of 2017?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to ask to publish those. I don't know if it's 12 or 15 photos. I can count it, but I'd like to offer that in evidence.
Are we entering
Yes.
into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection. Why not, do we know when these pictures were taken?
Well, I just asked her, is there true and accurate copies of when it is? And she said, yes, so it doesn't matter.
She said that's what they look like at the time,
Okay.
that she went by there with Mr. Smith. I'm gonna take a little sticky off.
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry. It just says original, so I don't get the copies mixed up.
So these are. all of these necessary?
Yes, Your Honor. I actually do have a point.
Now, these aren't all the pressure work. So look at the last four.
The last 3 are pressure roll just close-ups, but the other one is a business across the street, so I can pull that.
It's 3 pictures.
And 4. 4 of them.
Yeah.
That's just a close-up, right?
You don't approach.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But there's 2 more cameras there. Do you see that?
On this
I think my associate skipped ahead one. Just skip ahead one photo and then we'll go back to it.
this,
This one right here.
You see the cameras there on the other side of the building, right?
yes,
Okay, next slide, please. All right, zoom in. And you see 2 more cameras on the left side front of the building. You see one on the right side and one on the left side?
Y'all, is that Pressure World?
yes, I see it.
Okay, next slide, please. All right, and so this is right towards the front where you said there's a mural of the car we saw with a camera to the side. You see there's more cameras right there? In fact, it's a motion camera, so if you walk up there, the little dots come on. You see that camera?
Yes,
Okay. Next slide, please. All right, just a close-up of the same camera, right?
yes,
Okay, next slide, please. All right, and so that's the business across the street. You familiar with that at all? Have you seen it?
the store.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right, is that the store you guys went to get cigarettes?
I don't recall.
Okay, well, if you don't remember, you just mentioned a gas station or something, or a convenience store can be a gas station.
That was once we left the apartments.
Okay. Next slide, please.
What's up, Shelvin? What's going
All
on?
right, so I think we've already looked.
Make
at
sure
this
you
one,
all
but
hit the
there's
like button. There's
cameras
400 people in
on
here.
the side. You see it in the far.
Justice for Doc said
Back to
that
building.
Pressure World would be the last place Justice for Doc will see if he
One
met
more
him.
slide, please. That's just a close-up. Go ahead. All right, zoom in. And so on the back side, you see cameras there as well with the wires sticking out and stuff.
Yes,
Okay, so with the cameras, they're in the front, they're on both the sides, they're by the office, they're in the back.
Okay,
and it
pretty
warns you
according
that
to
this is under
Shonda.
Video surveillance, right?
yeah,
Okay. And you told the police specifically that you went to Pressure Wool. That was your words, right?
yes, we did.
Okay. Can we cue up the audio, please? The Pressure Wool. I just want you to listen to your statement, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about it, okay? Can you turn up the sound? Have you ever keyed your remote? Turn up the sound.
Come off.
Go back a little.
when you pick him up, from, the two lanes, you guys went somewhere in Deidre, alright? In the mountain. Okay. We got David and David, yeah. And somebody met you guys there and gave your boyfriend something. When your boyfriend went and picked up something.
Stop that. Play it again.
Okay.
Play it again and play it louder. Did you say I don't remember, right? When he asked you about picking up something with your boyfriend, he's sort of prompting you to whatever, and you say you don't remember. Is that correct? You have to speak up so the jury can hear you. Okay, let's go.
Oh, he's rude to her totally.
And somebody met you guys there and
He's trying to intimidate
your
her.
boyfriend something. When your boyfriend went and picked up something.
I don't remember, right? Okay, keep going.
Okay, finish what you want.
It's Cornelius, he shot Drop. He shot down with Drop.
Now, hold on before you go into that. Doing, you called, go to the store, you're going somewhere, and he tells you to stop. Let me get something. He was missing something. Because when he called you, he didn't call you from his phone, did he? Right. He didn't call you from his phone to go pick him up from the toilet. Whose phone did he call you from? Okay. And then, when you asked him whose fucking phone it is this? Alright, then he tell you that he had to go get something, that he forgot something, that he needed to go back and get? Right.
What did he say there? What did you say there when he said, did you say no, that you don't remember him saying you had to go get something?
I can't remember what he said.
Do you remember what you said?
No, I don't.
Play it again.
Fucking phone number is this? Alright, then he tell you that he had to go get something, that he forgot something, that he needed to go back and get? Right.
All right, so when they ask you about having to go do anything, your first thing, and this is December 17th, exactly 30 days after the shooting, you said you don't remember to the police, right?
Yes.
And then they ask you, wasn't there something your boyfriend said that you forgot, or something that he needed to go get, or those kinds of things? They're prompting you, right? To tell you what you're supposed to say.
I wouldn't say
Okay. Let's talk about Govan. Play that clip, please.
He had something, cause Drop, he figured I knew something, he was like, no, my girl don't know nothing. My girl don't know nothing. And what's this guy name? He stay on Brad. The car was found across the street from his house.
What about him? He was asking what?
He in the middle of this too.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're talking about, but tell me what's his name? You know his nickname? Was that a dope boy? Used to be a dope boy?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if years ago at his house and he get some bills.
Okay. Okay.
You know what his name is, where?
Especially in the, you know,
It's cute. You ever cute? You know? What? Okay.
All right. So a month after all this happened, they're asking you about something, because your memory was really good today about Quet, and you seemed very calm and collected about it. But back then, when they asked you what the guy's name was, and you said Cornelius had already told you Quet or Govan had been doing it.
Yes.
But the police have to ask you over and over and over again and tell you, was it a guy with the initial Q, right, on Bradley Street?
Yeah, but I forgot his name.
Okay, so you forgot his name 1 month after that, and 4 years later, you remember it perfectly.
Yes.
Okay, you know Bobby Carter also lives there on Bradley Street, right?
Yes.
And Bobby Carter also sells pills.
I know he sold them.
Okay, but your boyfriend Cornelius hung out with Bobby Carter, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And the thing about the car being across the street, that's Cornelius telling you that. You have no knowledge of that, right?
Hey, Tico.
I saw it on the news, and before then, he told me that the car was parked. That Justin parked the car behind the empty house across the street.
Okay. So he told you that, and then you saw more things on the news, and that's how you remember this, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you also watched part of the trial yesterday, just not your boyfriend's part, right?
Right.
Okay. With regards to who's responsible for all this, 1 second. Did Cornelius ever tell you that Bobby Carter was involved in the shooting of Dolph?
No.
You're sure about that? Because I'm going to play a video just now, so I'm going to ask you again.
I can't recall.
Okay, well, no is different from I can't recall.
Okay, I can't recall.
Okay, so let's play that part of the video. And just remember, you're under oath.
Fine.
He's trying to intimidate her.
So, he's gonna come, because he was in on it too.
All right, so you just said Cornelius told you that Bobby's the one that called us Mercedes in because Bobby was in on it too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you again. Bobby Carter lives on Bradley Street. He's in on the shooting. That's what you said, right?
That's what I said.
Okay, and that was just a month after all this happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. With regards to pressure wound and all the cameras we saw there, what time of day did you get the pressure wound?
It was in the daytime.
Any ballpark as to when in the daytime? Lunchtime, dinner time, mid-afternoon?
I'd say mid-afternoon.
Okay. And so after you were pressure wound, you guys went to AutoZone?
Yes.
Okay. And it was Cornelius that said we need to get a car cover for it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you went to the AutoZone, I assume, just not too far from where you guys were at pressure wound?
Okay.
Okay. And do you remember the video cameras at AutoZone? Would you imagine that there's surveillance cameras at a big store like AutoZone?
I imagine so.
Okay. And do you remember if you went in or if your boyfriend went in? Do you have any idea how you guys paid for it?
Yeah, cash.
Okay. Was that his cash?
Go back and have some money. I don't know how much it was.
Okay. So now you're saying, because we talked about the meeting, you said he got his phone supposedly, even though you didn't see it, but now you're saying he also got some money from Govan.
Yeah.
Okay. How much money did he get? Okay. Car covers can cost $50 to $200. You have any idea what kind of car cover it was?
No.
Okay. What happened to the car cover? Okay. Was it at your house when you guys wanted to take it home?
No.
Where did you take it?
It was in my trunk, but I don't know what happened to it.
Okay. With regards to the money that, well, first, are you testifying to this jury that Cornelius, prior to Dolph being killed, told you that he was going to do it?
Telling me about meetings that they had, conversations that they had.
Okay. You're his girlfriend, and what did you think those meetings were about?
I didn't take it serious.
She, What did he tell you about these meetings prior to the murder?
He was just saying that they want to put a hit out on the dog.
And that was okay with you as his
I
girlfriend?
didn't take it serious because at the time Cornelius was popping pills really bad.
Okay. Cornelius has lied to you a lot over your relationship, has he not?
Yes,
All right. And you've had domestic violence issues?
yes,
He's stolen your TVs and sold them?
yes,
He's taken your guns
yes,
and sold them, right? The 9mm handguns.
yes.
Is there any chance he used those guns as part of the shooting?
I don't think so.
And how many shootings do you know Bobby to have done over the years?
I don't know.
More than 3 or 4, right?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Cornelius. I asked you about Bobby. Cornelius took your guns, and you don't know how many times he may have used those, right?
I don't.
You do know that he pulled a gun on his child's mother sometime during your relationship.
What
I'm just
witness
asking
is
if you
that,
know.
Justice for
They've
Dog?
been dating for 9 years now.
What relevance?
Okay, you guys, what I see right here is that what people have to understand, like the information, I believe that Cornelius, told her some things, but I mean, like she said, he was popping pills real bad. It could have been a hit or miss, right? All she know is that he told her that they were having meetings. He was buying pills from Govan. I believe in the beginning, he's using that against her. She did hold back. That's normally how it is. People hold back in the beginning when they they don't think that the police know, or they don't want to give too much. Says Justice for Dolph is bringing the witness out, I believe, this week, maybe even tomorrow. Oh, okay. They say it would be a second witness tomorrow, Miss T. Oh. So this case all really about pills, I see. Dot again says the state is wrapping up tomorrow afternoon. Are they? Did the state say that they was going to wrap up tomorrow afternoon? Yeah, she was really scared. Hey, she must have either she was on pills too, or she, it was some issues going on there, because he stole from her, and she consistently took him back. I guess maybe she was understanding, I guess, of him being a pill head, being an addict, because he stole from her. He stole her guns. He stole her TVs. He's probably her money. So, but I think what Manny did was he intimidated her. But y'all heard him say that that he met with her. He came to her house. He know he had, even if he went to her house, he knew he didn't meet with her. She wasn't there or whatever. So I think that was a way of trying to make her look like she wasn't credible or something like that. Because she should have been more firm. Now I have to give it to Cornelius. Cornelius is more firm. He was more firm, but she's scared. Says Cornelius should have stolen a job. A job, yeah. I think Cornelius was doing little jobs and stuff, but he was on drugs so bad. She definitely was popping them things with him. Ashley says he wasn't even the original attorney. Kimberly says the judge mentioned that she will be ready to charge the jury by Thursday if they close tomorrow evening. Randy says, surprised she didn't say she had to use the bathroom. I wonder if the defense has any witnesses. Kim says Manny is a liar. Okay. I mean, it's interesting. Hey, at this point, it could still go any way. It could go either way, but I kind of believe, and this is not me having wishful thinking or anything like that. I kind of think that the scale tips a little bit in favor of the prosecutors, but you never know the route that it could go. She said she lied in the first interview, but was truthful in the second interview because she was scared. She did say she held back in the beginning. The case is so weak, they are not using none of the real evidence. E-Baby says, Manny is goofy. That's just me. Do I believe that the case is weak? I don't know. You have to. Cornelius puts himself there. You know what I mean? Cornelius knows, even though he was on drugs, he knows who brought him in. Cornelius doesn't have a reason to lie on Govan. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a way to look at it. This man says, even though he was on drugs, now he knows who brought him into this. Okay. So it says about the lack of evidence. You have to think about, there were a lot of motions filed, and I mean, who knows what we don't, who knows what has been the judge allowed them to suppress. Who knows? Phone records and video evidence will be open and shut. I don't know why they are playing soft. Cornbread says, A says, Cornbread ain't got no reason to lie. Victoria says the prosecutors are allowing Manny to muddy the waters. Edward, yes, they do. And here's another thing. Prosecutors also have an opportunity to do a rebuttal. So they could be playing it like this. They're allowing Manny to do what he do, and then at the end, come back with a rebuttal. And totally, Tamara, you can tell when they got away from Juke and just waited until November 17th. You called it. Kimberly says, where is Paul? I don't know where Paul is. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me, okay?
Is it your testimony that you were with Cornelius that morning?
That the shooting happened?
No. The day he's arrested, December 9th, his daughter's birthday.
Yes, I was.
Okay. So if somebody said it was just him alone, that would not be correct, right? You were with him?
Yes.
Okay. So that morning, did he appear normal to you?
Yes.
Just thinking clearly?
Yeah, I was up.
Okay. I mean, he wasn't drunk or high or any of that kind of stuff.
He took some pills for the pain.
Okay. But pain pills, right? All right. So he wasn't intoxicated to you because you wouldn't let him drive if that was the case, right?
He wasn't intoxicated.
Okay. And so then you went with him to the grocery store to get the balloons and the cake.
Yes.
All right. And then you guys went to the school to drop that stuff off.
You know, he dropped me off before. He dropped me off at work. And he went back.
All right. And as far as you knew on that day, he wasn't intoxicated. He'd taken some pills for the pain.
Yes.
The night that he was going to go clean the car, you remember talking about that?
Yes.
You dropped him off near Bradley Street, right?
Yes, at the top of the street.
Right. And then you went around the block how many times before we came back?
I'd say a block.
All right. Just a couple minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you dropped him off. He goes to clean the car. Did he have some bleach products and stuff with
He had some products, I don't know what kind of products it was, but yes, he did.
He had some bottles in his hand. That he said, okay. So he leaves the car with some bottles in his hand, as far as you know, clean something. And in about 2 minutes, he's back, and you pick him up and off you go, right?
Yes.
Okay. I know the prosecutor talked to you a lot about, you know, these meetings and all that. I'm going to play some sound for you. I want you to tell me, I'm going to ask you a couple questions about it.
And we needed to talk to
That name come from me.
you. Right, and that's why we needed to talk to you. You understand that? Because here's the thing. I
That
got
come from my house.
you.
Stop
I'm
moving.
ready.
Play it back. You said everything came from a higher power, right? Just now?
Yeah.
Okay. Play it back and let's let her hear it again.
And we needed to talk to you.
That name come from me.
Right, and that's why we needed to talk to you. You understand that? Because here's the thing.
That come from my house.
I got you. But you didn't have time. Who got
Yeah,
it?
I know who I'm talking.
No, I know who you don't.
It's all over, it's all over.
No, but you know what? You got access to the man that actually killed us. And he told you. What did he tell you that shit come from?
I agree, Victoria. I agree.
Stop.
Who told you that?
Stop. So this is all before the Q stuff that I played for you earlier. When they first asked you what's happening, you said it's coming from a higher power. And you paused and you thought about it. They didn't say, does it start with a J? Where does he live? What did he do? First words out of your mouth was, Joke did this, right?
Yeah.
All right, keep playing it.
And it came from you.
Mom said,
No. Who told you that?
they say,
Who's he?
who,
So he said he came from Jude. Jude being who? Because we want to make sure we're talking about the same Jude. Unfortunately, there's more than one Jude. CMG mean Joe guy's brother, Jude?
shoot, yeah.
So when they asked you 2, maybe 3 times, it's Jook, CMG, Jook said all this stuff. I know we've been talking about these meetings at Govan's house, but when it came down to it, Jook's giving the orders, Jook's paying, Jook's doing everything. That's what Cornelius told you, right?
Yes.
Let's do one more clip.
You know, I don't know what you said to him. I know he, but he told me. He knew you in his eyes. Inside.
So you was the one that actually, they were over Q's house. And you was the one that asked him to kill to kill Dolph. No, but when you said, he said he told you.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
All right, so again, when they ask you, where did the order come from? Who told him? Who was going to do that? It's always Jook, right?
That's what he said.
All right, and so the meetings, does Cornelius use the word meeting a lot with you? Or was he just over at Govan's house to buy pills and hang out with his friend?
A lot of time I was at work, so him going over there, a lot of times I wasn't around, but the couple of times that I took him over there, he was buying pills.
Okay. And again, everything is based on what Cornelius has told you.
Yes.
The guy that you said has lied to you about a lot of stuff, including, for example, he may get back together with his child's mother. after he gets this money.
Wow.
Never told you that. But if he would have made that
Wow, he
statement we
playing
talked about
dirty.
yesterday, that would be, he's never told you that, right?
He never told me that.
Does he ever say he runs game on you? Just telling you what you want to hear?
Sometimes.
Just got a moment, Your Honor.
Ooh, that's a low down attorney. He trying to get her to turn on Cornelius.
I don't have any more questions, Your Honor.
Can you redirect it?
Yes, sir.
Woo, he playing dirty.
Ms. Arnold, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions about the pressure world pictures that you just viewed, okay?
Okay.
All right. Have you ever worked at pressure world?
No.
Would you know where any cameras are?
No.
Okay. And like you said in your direct testimony, you stated that this was the first time that you ever driven up into pressure world.
Yes.
Okay. So
You
you
can
driven
she
past.
upset. You could tell.
All the time.
Okay, but you wouldn't have known about any cameras just by driving past.
Objection, meeting, Your Honor.
So by driving past, would you see anything at Pressure World by driving past it?
No.
Okay. And you gave this statement to police officers. It was in December, it was December 17th from the recording that you just viewed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that was a month after the murder, correct?
Yes.
So, to your knowledge, do you know if the cameras at Pressure World records interactions outside of Pressure World?
I don't know.
Do you know if it runs on a continuous basis and saves somewhere in a cloud?
I don't know.
Okay. And I'm gonna have you. And Ms. Arnold, do you even know if the cameras would be even working?
I don't.
So I'm gonna show you a portion of that same interview that Mr. Aurora showed you.
What's up, Cypress?
Do you know if the TV volume is up? I think we fixed it, Your Honor.
Tell me. No, I just want to come for you.
I don't understand. Quick. He said this over.
So you got that from Tax School? Okay.
She said she should have watched some of those.
Yeah, I know you talking
Seems
about.
rather docile
Tell me
anyway.
what's his name? You know his nickname? Was that a dope boy? Used to be a dope boy?
I don't know. I don't. All I know is me used to go over his house and get some bills.
Okay. Okay.
You know what his name means, man?
Let's begin that effort. You know,
It's cute. You ever cute? You know? What? Okay.
all right. So if I did Quentin, tell
But
me.
I understand.
All right, tell me. No, I just want to come for you.
I don't understand. Please take this over.
So you said, to your understanding, Quet set this up.
Yes.
Okay. But earlier, I'm sorry, not earlier, but sometime in this interview, who did you say the order came from?
Sure.
Can those be two different people?
Yes.
The person that that planned it and the person that the order came from?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Read it right.
You couldn't think of Q or Quet's name when they were asking you that, right?
I could.
All right. Prior to that, they told you you would be charged as an accessory if you didn't talk to them because you helped somebody after the murder happened, right? By driving them. Yes, they did threaten to charge you, right? In that interview?
Yes.
In the very beginning of the interview?
Yes.
All right. And so when you took a pause after we'd gone through this whole Q nonsense, and they asked you during this interview, who set it up, who did this? It was Juk. And they asked you some more. He's a higher power. It was Juk, right? That's what Cornelius told you.
Yes.
And Cornelius also told you Bobby Carter was involved in this case.
I don't recall.
Okay, I can play that clip for you again. You remember we just talked about it? Bobby Carter called in the Mercedes that was parked on Bradley Street.
Yeah, you did say that.
All right, and Cornelius told you Bobby Carter was in on it too. You remember saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. With regards to the video stuff, I'm sure you don't know if AutoZone's video cameras were working that day on the 17th, just a few hours after the murder, right?
I don't.
Okay. But you would expect police to go check that out to confirm that all these things happened, right? That would be a simple thing.
Yes. I'm sure they will.
You're sure they would, right? I
Yes.
would be sure too, but we'll see about that. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
No further questions.
Thank you, Ms. How you been doing this?
Donna, can we have just a small breakout with this case?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a brief break. Don't discuss.
Manny comes off as being aggressive and mean. Okay, definitely not likable, and I think he's like that in real life. Okay, I understand that there's no fairness in war, but what he did was, and I think she kind of, as docile as she seems, she kind of threw it back in his face when I think he kind of broke her spirit when he said, did you know he was going to get a house? And when he got the money, he was going to get a house with his baby's mom or something like that, right? And he said, did you know that he liked to run games? She said, in the end, she said, yes. But I could tell her voice kind of changed. But, I mean, I'm sure she watched the first trial. She had to. So that should not have been... that should not have been a surprise to her, because he did say that on the stand in Justin Johnson's trial that he run game and all of that. And the truth of the matter is he was probably already going back and forwards between the two women. He was a junkie. Okay. And I feel like I tend to believe when women kind of put up with junkies, they might be doing a little something themselves. Okay. Because I wouldn't be able to most women that are clean can't really deal with junkies like that. She was supposed to run afterwards, badgering witnesses. That's how it comes off. Pressure says, Kimberly, it does raise some reasonable doubts about everyone's role. Here's the thing with her. Okay, so there could be some doubt there because she's a third party. Cornelius is the one of the shooters. Okay, Cornelius was one of the shooters. Here's the thing about that: even though Cornelius was on drugs, Cornelius is telling you, as it relates to him, the person, one of the persons that shot Dolph, he is telling you, you can try and mix up the dates all day, every day. Okay, I mean, you can't okay, so maybe he got the dates wrong, maybe he got the day wrong, but you can't confuse a person into, and I think that's the issue that Orange Mound Quet is gonna have. As much as you can try and trick Cornelius up with dates, it means nothing. The point of the matter is, he might not have even known it was November the 17th, but he said he remembered because it was his daughter's birthday. Or else he might not have even remembered the exact date that he shot Dolph. And just so happened it was his daughter's birthday. So if we gonna believe that Cornelius, what he says when he says, yes, that was me, that was out there, I did it for some money, he said Orange Mound Quet brought me in. We can't believe some of it and not believe all of it. I think that's the issue that Orange Mound Quet is gonna have. If I believe that Cornelius was one of the shooters, if I believe in when he say he did it for money, if I believe in when he says all this other stuff, then I gotta believe everything as it relates to that. Okay, now there's reasonable doubt that was Orange Mound Quet. No, then I can't believe you was the shooter. You see what I mean? I can't believe none of it. So with the young lady, since she's a third party, yes, there could be some reasonable doubt there because it was a third party situation, even though she was talking to one of the shooters. But I think the issue that Quet is going to have is that Cornelius is admitting and airing his dirty laundry. And as much as he was a junkie, he knows who brought him in, according to him. Okay, so I think that's going to be an issue. They said this going to turn into this going to turn out just like K. So the thing that I do like about Orange Mound Quet's attorney, we got to give it to him. He ain't sparing a soul. He ain't sparing nobody. Okay, so that's a good thing about going to get a lawyer way in another state, because there's no camaraderie with any other Tennessee lawyers or any other Shelby County lawyers. He threw our horn up under the damn bus. You see what I'm talking about? He ain't got to work with our horn every day. Don't give a damn about him. Ain't got to never see him no more. He's stepping on the judge's toes because he probably ain't gonna see her no more. So he ain't got to worry about her throwing daggers at him when he comes in there for another trial. So he ain't sparing the soul. He don't give a damn, because when this is over, he hopping on that plane back to Atlanta. Okay? So, I mean, I think that's the issue. Well, you can put holes in what the police say. You can put holes in definitely in what she say, because she's a third party. But you sure can't put a whole lot of, you're gonna believe some of it or all of it. Okay, so he said he was a shooter. I believe that. If I believe what he says when he says he was the shooter, I gotta believe everything else about who he's, everything leading up to that. Hey, Carrie. That's why he's going home to ATL. One thing he did do is he sure has made that RICO he's put them on a platter. I mean, but we already know that there's a federal case going on. Straight Drop's lawyer spoke about that when Straight Drop lawyer said in the first trial to Cornelius that about him working about him working with the feds, right? Okay, so that was brought up. It's been brought up several times about a federal case. Thank you, Kane Light, for becoming a member for 6 months. Okay, So I mean, we already know that. I think Govan's attorney, that was an astute statement that he made in the very beginning when he says, my client ain't had the money, but y'all, I've been saying that forever. I said Orange Mound Quet ain't paid for no damn hit. He gonna have issues with the conspiracy, and according to Tennessee's law, if you conspired with somebody and the murder was carried out, then you could charge him with murder. So he might have issues with that. But at least Manny put out there and he said the names. He said, "Where's Gotti at? Why Gotti and Jook?" He telling y'all who it was that paid for the hit. That $1.5 million came up one time before. Okay. I believe that that's what was paid. I think they changed it several times with Cornelius because they had decided that they was going to nickel and dime him, and then they messed around and didn't give him nothing. They got greedy. Too many people started putting their hands in the pot, okay? And then they didn't give him nothing. Yeah, Quet told his lawyers the truth. He told his lawyers the truth. Okay, I think this we on this channel encourage him because he a fan of the show. I saw him today. Okay, we encouraged him to tell the truth. His lawyers putting it out there. Like I said, his lawyers ain't sparing a soul. I ain't speak to him today. I mean, I just happened to be at court and I looked at him. Okay, I saw him. Okay, when he was leaving. Okay. Edward Potts says, I agree, Tam. They bring up CMG. Greyface says, Quet told his lawyers the truth. That dude says, Cabana, they'll probably wait for the RICO. Lil Red says, dude did all that to lose his brother, and now he finna spend millions to lose his life and his millions because there's no saving him. If he don't go to jail, because I know there are people that hope that he don't, he gonna have to fight to stay out. I've been saying that. They're gonna put him in a fight. And contrary to what one may think, I don't believe his money is that long. I don't think his money is nearly as long as Diddy's and Jay-Z's. So that could be a catastrophe. Okay. They did bring Jook in. Everybody knows that. Orange Mound Quet letting it be known, We prayed, didn't we? We had prayed for Quet to tell the truth. Then the night before we had put it up in the atmosphere for the Lord to look at this. They changed it. Jook been questioned, maybe not by MPD. Jook was picked up by the feds. Dot again says, see, the same folks who come over here to your channel every day for 4 years still don't think you're being truthful when it's all coming out. Stop. Y'all, those are my Yorkies. They gets to fighting. Rafer says, he should have took that plea. His phone records, you can't argue that. I didn't get a chance, you guys. Hey, Heavenly, I didn't get the opportunity to see when they presented the phone records. I don't. So this will be my first time too. When we look at the phone records, this will be my first time. He says, no Jook, no RICO. MPD messed this case up. They should have interviewed Jook. Manny, no. The Shelby County judicial system protected Jook and Gotti. Right, Tam, but she said we sure did. Right, Tam, but he in with Lil Flip, got people behind him to get some high-powered lawyers. Yeah, they money ain't long. That's why they killing for it. Yeah, I agree. They said those messages, Mr. Model, new to the channel, heard about you from Alabama. Shout out to the hitter. Shout out to the hitter. I love Hitter. He's a good person. When I go off, he's coming on. I was getting ready to try and call him to see what time he's gonna come on. I don't think he's off work yet. So that we can continue the party. Because even though we talk about the same thing, he has a twist on he is too. Indigo Ray says the phone records were a mess. Manny exposed other people on purpose. I'm telling y'all, Manny ain't sparing a soul. Manny ain't sparing a soul. Quet has sat down and told him the truth. Okay. Thank you, James. Y'all hit the like button for me. Okay, make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Tamarian says, I'll smoke one for you, Kimberly. The Alabama-Tennessee hookup. That's what it is. The Alabama-Tennessee hookup. He's easy to work with. He is. Y'all hit the like button for me. Hey, what time are you coming on? Y'all hit that like button. Hey, that's Go Raven. So we're gonna move forward to the y'all, that's Dabney right there. So did Dabney talk about the phone records, or was it the male white officer?
It belongs to me. Not the devil.
No. What you say, Judge? No.
Ready, Your Honor?
Yes.
Jury now enter to the courtroom.
Y'all, he coming on at 9:30. So we'll rock out for another 2.5.
So you may call your next witness?
They will call Sergeant Dabney.
Step this way, sir. Stand right here, face Your Honor. Raise your right hand, please.
I think I heard Dabney say he's living in Michigan now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you state your first and last name for the record?
First name is Terrence, Terence. Last name Dabney, Dabney.
And for the benefit of our viewers who may be taking notes, could you spell your first and last name?
Terence, Dabney, Dabney.
I'm sorry, I probably missed the First time. But it couldn't hurt for them to hear us. All right, and where are you employed?
I'm retired.
Retired. Where are you retired from?
I'm retired from the Memphis Police Department.
And how long were you with the Memphis Police Department?
I was with the police department for 26 years.
And what rank did you attain when you left Memphis Police?
I was a sergeant.
So Sergeant Dabney, were you with the Memphis Police Department back on November the 17th, 2021?
I was.
And did you participate or have a role in the investigation involving the homicide of Adolph Thornton Jr.?
I did.
And what was your role in that?
I was the lead investigator of that homicide.
As a lead investigator, what does a lead investigator do?
Well, we sort of delegate with other investigators, delegate roles. We also gather evidence, fact findings, videos, whatever we do to obtain evidence for the case.
There were several suspects in this matter, were there not?
They were.
Did you also become involved in the investigation involving Justin Johnson,
I did.
Cornelius Smith,
I did.
and also Hernandez Golding?
I did.
So the homicide, when did that take place?
November 17th,
And of 2021?
2021, correct.
Did you have a suspect on that day?
We had a suspect named.
And what suspects? We're having a hard time this morning. What suspects did you have on that day?
The tip came in that there was a individual by the name of Straight Drop, Justin Johnson, and Cornelius Smith.
On November the 20th, so a few days after this matter, was there significant development in the case?
Because we got a tip about a vehicle behind an abandoned house.
And you recall what street that was on?
Haynes, forgot the name of the street.
With the name Bradley?
Bradley, yes, right off Haynes, yes, Bradley,
Bradley and Haynes.
yes.
I'd like to show you what is matter you may have collected.
This would be the location we located.
What's up, Stan G?
The vehicle.
Ain't it though, Stan G?
What vehicle?
It was a Mercedes, I think. Yeah, Mercedes.
All right, if we could have that in this evidence as the next number.
No objection.
This is a photograph of a house, a white house with black roof,
Mobile, Alabama.
grassy front yard, and a driveway. It's been identified by the witness as the place where they found the Mercedes. We'll mark this as Exhibit 9.
Could you, for the benefit of our jurors, describe what we're looking at here?
This one is
I'm
the.
sorry, on the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to describe this?
Yes.
Okay, that's White House. It's kind of cream color when I was there. It's kind of White House with a brown top, with cover over the front porch with a wrought iron gate and a driveway to the left there.
And is this the house that you described that had, that you found the car on Brad?
That's correct.
We have another photograph for you, the first one that you're looking at. What are you looking at?
Looking at the numbers that are wrote, flex on one hand, handwritten on the side of the house.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of the numbers as they were written on the house on the day?
Yes, 1174.
Your Honor, if we could have the internet next one.
Any objection to this?
No, Your
Thank you. This is what appears to be the side paneling of a building. It's been specified that it's the side of the house on Bradley with the numbers 1174. We'll mark this as Exhibit 10.
Commissioner Focus. While we're working on that, you have another photograph in front of you.
Yes.
What are you looking at there?
Looking at the part that was located, it was toward the rear of the house on the side in the backyard. Toward the rear of the home.
And does that photograph depict anything of significance?
Picks the photo of the Mercedes Benz.
Your Honor, if we can enter that into evidence as to this number.
This is a picture of the side of the house with the back of the.
James, I don't know.
Identified as a Mercedes Benz in the back of the house. There are two individuals standing in the yard, backyard.
They haven't, Kimberly.
They run into this car.
We're being passed another photograph. If you could tell us what we're looking at.
Again, we're looking at the side of the
Hey,
home,
Erica.
where the driveway is, with the Mercedes Benz in the rear of the home, and two individuals standing slightly behind the Mercedes Benz.
Your Honor, if we could enter that, have that enter as the next number of exhibit.
No objection, Your Honor.
What's the difference between this picture and the last?
The second one may have gotten. You like us to approach it?
Yeah. Bring the picture to the thing. Just mark it. Is she giving you the gift?
It's right here too.
You all hit that like button for me. Let's see how many likes we got.
We have another photograph for you.
I do.
Could you describe what you're looking at?
This is a close-up picture of the Mercedes Benz. The rear of the Mercedes Benz is parked in the backyard, appears to be under some trees or limbs.
can have the internet the next one.
This is what's been described as a close-up of the Mercedes-Benz in the backyard amongst some limbs and trees. We'll mark this exhibit E. 12.
Yeah, about two more.
Yes, two more.
Could you describe the next photograph?
This next photo is a close-up of the front of the Mercedes-Benz front, maybe passenger side. Again, parked up under some bush.
You could have it in the next number too.
This is a close-up of the front of the what's been described as the Mercedes in the backyard amongst some limbs. We'll mark this exhibit 13.
And the last picture.
This next photo is a close-up of the passenger side of the Mercedes-Benz. Supposed to be the Mercedes-Benz has some damage to the passenger side from the rear to the front almost, and the front door, the window looks like it's down, and it's again parked up under the tree limbs.
We can have it and into evidence as the next number too.
This is the picture of the passenger side of the white Mercedes that's been described as in the backyard behind the house. There appears to be damage to the rear, possibly door of the Mercedes. We'll mark this as exhibit 14.
You're under permission to publish the last series of pictures that were.
Yes, ma'am. When you publish, let me know which one you go.
Yes.
The rear with the mask on.
And as part of your investigation, when you found the vehicle, what significance does this picture show in relation to the vehicle?
The vehicle showed in the front of the 1174 Bradley.
And it's also part of your investigation, was there a significance as to any other house on Bradley?
Yes, also in front of Hernandez Govan's home.
I'd like to fast forward. Sure, thank you.
Y'all, this kind of fat. Y'all want to fast forward to the hey, Vanessa.
Sergeant Dabney, thank you. You came down from Michigan just for this, right?
Yes, I did.
All right.
He trying
I
to. He
appreciate
gave the
your
man
service,
location.
and I'm glad you're here so we can talk. I guess they've been asking you about these cameras and things like that. Let's just tell it how it is. Nobody during this investigation ever went to pressure roll to check about the cameras, right?
No.
All right. Nobody in this investigation ever went to
Nene,
ours
I'm gonna answer that in a few minutes.
Were there.
No, we didn't.
Nobody went to the AutoZone that Cornelius Smith said he went to buy a car cover to see if there's a receipt or some surveillance or something like that inside the AutoZone, right?
No.
Okay. Those are things that would be important to try to corroborate a witness who obviously is the shooter in this case, to make sure he's not lying to you, right?
Yes.
And when people get caught, they generally lie to police. Is that uncommon?
Sometimes.
All right. Do people lie to get out of trouble?
Sometimes, yes.
Do people lie to cut deals?
Sometimes, yes.
Also, with regards to the area around Pressure World, it's a pretty busy area, right?
It is.
And you know there's those little MPD city cameras up and down that street, right? All right. And And if you don't know, you don't know, but there are those, that's an MPD camera right on the post.
It could be. We have neighborhoods that are their own, but it could be too.
Okay, but that looks like a typical police camera that neighborhoods have or the streets have.
Yes, sir, it does.
All right, and you know for a fact that in front of the Pressure World area, it's a busy thoroughfare, there's these cameras.
I didn't know.
Okay, and then behind the Pressure World in the neighborhoods, there's some of these cameras.
Okay.
Does that look like a camera that you were familiar with?
Yes,
In
sir.
place of neighborhood? All right, I'll go ahead and offer that as the next exhibit, Your Honor, just as the description of what a city camera looks like.
Any objection? So, do we know where this is? Do
It's,
we have a location?
yes, it's at Pressure World by the street, but he wasn't sure, so I'm not gonna put words in his mouth.
So this is a, picture of, what's been described as what could be a city camera on a whole. You'll mark this as exhibit 16.
And these cameras are sort of all over the city on busy thoroughfares and stuff like that.
They are.
All right, could I publish it, Your Honor?
Sure.
I'll do it the old-fashioned way, because I don't have it, I'm just gonna walk, is that all right?
That's fine, that's fine.
All right, so this is what the typical MPD cameras sort of look like.
Well, excuse me, just publish,
Oh, I'm sorry,
no commentary. If you have more questions for the witness, that's,
I was asking a question, but I'll wait. And so you all use these types of cameras to help solve crimes, that's sort of the whole point, right?
To gather evidence, yes.
Yeah. I guess the biggest question that I've had that I've been asking people throughout this trial is, if you believe Mr. Cornelius and you believe what he told his girlfriend,
Your Honor, objecting, he's inserting what previous witnesses said, that's provided.
I'm,
approach.
Been presented to me the Honorable Jennifer Johnson Mitchell, Judge of Division 10 of the Criminal Court of Tennessee, 30th Judicial District at Memphis, for the purpose of trial. Phone number 901-859-1460 belongs to the defendant, Hernandez Govan. This stipulation is in relation to motions heard by the court and ruled upon on July 30th, 2025 by this honorable court in the above pending case. The ownership of 901-859-1460 is stipulated by the Assistant District Attorney and Attorney for Defendant Hernandez Govan and shall be entered into evidence by agreement. It is therefore ordered, adjudged, and decreed. Signed, the Carla Taylor, Assistant District Attorney, Manny Aurora, Attorney for Defendant, and Judge Jennifer Johnson Mitchell. Signed, dated 8/19/25.
And so the next document she's gonna read into evidence, because it has been admitted into evidence, is what is entitled a self-authenticating document, as to, certain cell phone records. You're getting ready to hear some testimony about cell phone records of different people that you've heard testimony about already. And the law allows for certain records to be authenticated, again, without having to call a witness to testify about them, through certain documents that come from the cell phone company. So, she's getting ready to read that to you also.
State of Tennessee versus Hernandez Govan, indictment number 2204769, self-authentication pursuant to Tennessee Rules of Evidence 90211. Pursuant to Tennessee Rules of Evidence 902 subsection 11, the following call records have self-authenticating certificates and are admissible into evidence. Justin Johnson, 901-236-1625. Cornelius Smith, 901-513-6236. 901-479-3786. Angela Arnold, 901-370-0185. And Anthony Mims, 901-692-2767. ATT GLDC file number 3359085. Certificates of authenticity are attached. Signed, Judge Jennifer.
Other number 6236?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you extracted data from each of those devices,
Yes, ma'am.
the physical devices?
I did.
Okay. And you talked earlier about using a software called Celebrate.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you extracted data from those particular phones in this investigation, did you use Celebrate to decode the data?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you happen to analyze that data?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay. Do you happen to know who analyzed that data?
Once I parsed the data, I created a report. That data was then given to Sergeant Dabney and Sergeant Brown.
Okay. I'm going to show you 5 flash drives. Do you happen to know what those flash drives are?
These flash drives contain CDRs and phone extraction reports that I generated.
Okay. And have you seen those flash drives before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do you know that you've seen them before?
I opened each flash drive and examined the data that was on them just to make sure that what was written on the envelope was actually contained on the flash drive right outside about 30 minutes ago.
Did you happen to write anything on the envelopes?
I put my initials on each envelope after I opened the drive and examined what was on them. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And in your evaluation of the contents of those flash drives, do you happen to know whose numbers are affiliated with each number?
Yes, ma'am. The Justin Johnson extraction that I have right here is the telephone number ending in 1625. And that contains the phone and the CDRs that were done on that. This envelope here says Cornelius on it. It's Cornelius Smith. It's the phone number and CDRs for phone number ending in 6236. The Cornelius Smith's phone had 2 numbers associated with it. This is the CDR for the phone number ending in 3786. So that's just the CDRs only on that one. This is Anthony Mims' iPhone extraction and the CDRs for phone number ending in 2767.
67. And Angela Arnold.
So you guys, what he just revealed was they got access to Big Juke's phone. They extracted data from Big Juke's phone also.
LG extraction and CDRs for a phone number ending in 0185.
And just for the jury's clarification, could you explain what is a CDR?
So a CDR is an acronym for Call Detail Records. So a phone has all the calls that you made, but it's user accessible. So you can go in and delete calls and things like that. A CDR is from the carrier, the Call Detail Records. So if you have an AT&T phone number, law enforcement can submit paperwork to AT&T to get the call detail records. And we use these in forensics to kind of verify and validate what we find on the phone. And it can also show sometimes if data was deleted from the phone, the user cannot access the CDRs, the call detail records. So if we see calls that are missing, they will show up in the CDRs. So we just use the CDRs to validate and marry up with the phone data. And we get that from the carriers, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile.
Your Honor, we'd like to enter all 5 of those flash drives as the next number exhibits.
No objection.
That's true, Great Face. They can throw as many phones in the river as they want to. It don't matter.
I want to enter them separately. The first one is, this is a brown envelope that contains a zip drive. The envelope is labeled Dustin Johnson, extraction in CDR 621625, with the officer's initials on. We'll mark that as exhibit 19. The next one is envelope with that contains a zip drive. It's for Cornelius Smith. It says phone dump and CDR for number 6236. It has
Okay, so I think this is where they get ready to reveal
we'll mark that 20.
the calls that was made and the messages and all of that between everybody.
The next one, it also belongs to Cornelius Smith. It's a brown envelope with a zip drive inside. And it's for phone number 37886, and it's just call detail record. That's the officer's signature on it. We'll mark this as exhibit 21. The next one is for Anthony Mims. It is a brown envelope with a zip drive inside. It is a phone extraction and call detail records for phone number 2767.
Okay, they're saying for Big Juke, they got call detail records and call logs, which means they got whatever what he was texting, all of that.
And the last one is for Angela Arnold. His phone extraction and call detail records for phone number ending in 10185 with the officer's signature. We'll mark that as exhibit 23.
And just for clarification, you did not analyze those extractions.
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
I items that you created. It could have gone to voicemail, it could go anywhere, it's just, somebody would have to testify to it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I repeat that back?
Absolutely.
With regards to Pressure World or AutoZone, you were never asked to review any of the 1625 or the 6236 phone records for those areas, right?
No, sir, I was not.
Okay. And so we had testimony, you talked about, well, you haven't talked about it, but if I live, let's say, for example, this hypothetical Bradley Street, and then somebody else lives like 2, maybe 3 minutes away, maybe the street over, or something like that, would the same tower arguably be able to be pinging off both their phones?
Yes, it's, yes, absolutely.
All right. So if I live near somebody, the phones are gonna ping, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm at their house or there, I'm just in the area.
It's in the area the tower provides service for. Yes, sir.
And if the tower closest to me was full, like you said, it could kick out half a mile up the road to the next tower.
To the next available tower. Yes, sir.
Okay. One second. And with regards to tower coverage, let's just say in the Memphis area, I mean, how many miles does a tower arguably cover if it had?
It's not even miles, sir.
Okay.
So to actually get the coverage of a tower, you would have to do a drive test.
Okay.
We did not do a drive test on this.
Okay.
From past experience, having done towers, you can roughly estimate the coverage of a tower by finding the closest tower to it and multiplying that distance by 0.6.
Okay.
And that's not exact, that is an estimate.
Sure.
Because the cell signal is actually going to overlap so that it can provide the best coverage. So it's not going to be a 50-50. So the coverage would be, but from the one cell tower to the next, and then that distance, but multiplied by 0.6.
Right. I don't want to do too much math, that's why I became a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
But again, that's if that tower has space on it, otherwise you could be kicked out further.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you recall how many towers were in the Orange Mound area?
I do not recall.
Okay.
When I mapped out the T-Mobile records, I did a 10-mile radius, and just to show how many T-Mobile towers were in a 10-mile radius from an address, and I think it's 553 T-Mobile towers that were in that 10-mile radius.
All right, and then you would have more towers for AT&T or Sprint and other stuff like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, the only location stuff that they were asked you to do was 1625 and 6236, just in Cornelius. And nothing about AutoZone or Pressure World.
No, sir.
Okay. I think that's all I have. Thank you, HR.
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's lunchtime. Don't talk about this. Keep your notes here.
Yesterday. Say more extra.
Okay, y'all, I think this is where they're getting ready to read those messages.
That will call Sergeant Brown.
Ms. Curtis, do you need to enter the,
Oh, that's it, this one. That's right.
your stipulation? Just put Sergeant Brown on. Go ahead.
This is entitled Order Stipulating Ownership of 901-618-3848. Whereas there having been presented to me, the Honorable Jennifer Johnson Mitchell, Judge of Division 10 of the Criminal Court of Tennessee, 30th Judicial District at Memphis for the purpose of trial, phone number 901-618-3848 belongs to the defendant Hernandez Govan. The ownership of 901-618-3848 is stipulated by the Assistant District Attorney and the attorney for the defendant Hernandez Govan and shall be entered into evidence by agreement. It is therefore ordered, adjudged, and decreed.
Thank you. You can call your next witness.
Say it again, we'll call Sergeant Brown.
Stand right here, sir. Raise your right hand facing the honor.
Do you swear or affirm the fellowship?
I do.
Sergeant Browning, could you state your first and last name?
Jesse Browning,
And for the benefit of our jurors, could you spell your first and last name?
JESSE BROWNING,
And where are you employed?
Memphis Police Department,
In what capacity?
at the multi-agency gang unit.
And have you attained a certain rank? I call you Sergeant Brown, are you in fact Sergeant Brown?
Sergeant Brown.
And were you tasked with the investigation involving the homicide of Adolph Arnold Jr.?
I was.
And how did you become involved with that investigation?
My team was tasked sometime, some of my team tasked sometime in December when it was revealed.
December of 2021?
21, yes.
Okay.
December of 21, that there was more than just a simple murder. It kind of turned into more of a conspiracy.
And what did you do as a result of that, becoming part of that investigation?
We just started working the conspiracy into the investigation. If it was called detail records, phones, interviews, it could be all kinds of capacity.
Specifically, did you become involved in the investigation of Mr. Hernandez Govan?
I did.
And what did you do as a result of the investigation? Did you do anything separate from the general investigation?
As far as like Title III or,
Did you collect call detail records?
yes, we collected all detail records, phones, you name it, we collected it on this investigation.
And did you analyze those records?
We did.
And what did you do to analyze?
I use a software called, it's Penlink or PLX, which just makes it easier, one, to create reports and then analyze the records. Generally in like, just bring it, because they all come in UTC, you can kind of get the records in like more of a coordinated time. But we also analyze the actual raw records too, just to verify.
And did you prepare a PowerPoint presentation to help explain to the jury what you looked at when you analyzed them?
Yes, it's call detail records and phone.
If we could pass this to Sergeant.
Any objection?
Sure, none.
Did you look at that and see if you recognize the contents of the envelope?
Yes.
And what does that depict?
It's just a thumb drive. It's got my PowerPoint on it. It's got my initials, my IBM on it.
All right, if we could have the evidence as the next number.
We just asked when the PowerPoint was created for completion sake of the exhibit.
What do you say?
When was the PowerPoint completed, completed?
The final parts of it with the specifically the records was yesterday. So we wanted extra.
And Your Honor, again, exit if you enter into evidence as the next number.
This is an envelope containing what's being described as a thumb drive It has Sergeant Browning's name on it, PPT. Red thumb drive on the inside. We'll mark this as exhibit 25.
And for our jurors, this PowerPoint is comprised from exhibits 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Commissioner Public.
Yes.
This is your presentation, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, we will go through it. No, it is small. Could you tell us, or if it would be better if with the court's permission, you can get down and explain what we are looking at here.
Okay, so this is going to be essentially a screenshot of the information associated to Justin Johnson's cellular device. So it's just, I essentially take out or remove the important information for the PowerPoint purposes, like his IMEI, MZs, telephone numbers, things of that.
You named some things we have probably never heard of. Say that again.
So like the IMEI is the number that, it's essentially a serial number that belongs to the device. And then an MZ is generally a serial number that belongs to like your SIM card or your network. So we use those things to compare. And then telephone numbers. As you can see, I think on Justin Johnson, it has like his email address, which has maybe a partial of his name. So essentially, it just shows the things that are associated with that cellular device.
And also for the benefit of our jurors, they will have access to this PowerPoint. And this is Justin Johnson's number in 901-236-1625. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. We have another.
Yeah, so this is going to be same information but it's for Cornelius Smith's cellular device, which his last used number for that phone was 901-513-6236. Correct. And then this cellular device is one that belongs to Angela Arnold for the number of 901-370-0185. Primarily has the same information that you can use to compare.
So we have a date of July 27, 2021.
That's correct.
Is there any significance to that number, that date?
For us, we found that was significant from the interview with Angela Arnold, actually Cornelius Smith. I'm sorry.
What are we looking at here?
So on the 27th, you have essentially we take the call detail records in the software and we create a hot number list. So a hot number list would be, if you're looking at your phone, for me, it'd be, my girlfriend or my mom or my dad. That'd probably be your typical top 5 callers. It can vary, but it's just showing your top callers and down.
And this is for a particular day.
Yeah, so I filtered it for that actual day. So it's not the totality of the records. It's just for that day. And this telephone number belongs to Justin Johnson, which is 901-236-1625. And then as you see, when we look at the records, his top caller is going to be a number that belongs to Hernandez Govan and shows like 24 communications. The next number is going to be for Anthony Mims, and his telephone number is 901-692-2767. And as you can see, Hernandez Govan on that day, again, filtered for the 27th, is around the 8th or 9th call. So he had 7 communications. The significance for this is that on July 27, 2021, we look at Justin Johnson's cellular device. We find Hernandez Govan's telephone number. As you say, it's labeled Big Bruh Quet, and that was an incoming text message to Justin Johnson, and it's just an address of 4641 Bowenshire, which is still Smoke in Memphis. It's a shop owned by Anthony Mims and his business partner, Mr. Lambert. Can you go back? I apologize. And just to note, that time was at 19:37:21, and it shows significance because he's getting the text from Govan, and then on the next slide you'll see Justin Johnson actually sends an outgoing iMessage to an individual we identified as Harry Lockhart, and he just says he's talking to Joe, indicating that maybe he's at the smoke shop and he's talking to Joe. And then you see at 21:08, 43 hours, Anthony Mims creates a phone contact for Justin Johnson, and that contact he labeled as Drop, which is an alias. It's short alias of what we know Justin Johnson to be, just like a short alias we know Jook to be. It usually goes by Big Jook or Jook, and then we've heard referred to Drop, or his actual name that he uses is Straight Drop on YouTube and things of that nature.
So when you say he created a contact, he was putting the phone number into this phone.
Right, he created that contact to be at 7/27/2021, 9/8:47 p.m. He creates that contact, and then, as you see, 21:08, 49 hours, Justin Johnson creates a contact for Anthony Mims' telephone number and labels it Jook, which is the alias. So both these individuals in relatively in the same time frame created contacts for each other. Again, indicating that they're probably within communication distance or in the same vicinity. So this is the following day, July 28th. So after that, and as you see here, so Justin Johnson, his cellular device shows an outgoing, so it's an iMessage to Jermaine Sears with the address of 3641 Allendale Lane. And then that same day at 17:24 hours, we have an incident at the, it was called the Double R Auto Services, and it's at 821 South Highland Street. And the two victims that just worked at the shop state that a tan BMW is being chased by a burgundy Dodge Charger. Three males get out of the Charger and start firing upon an unknown male and a female who remained in the car. The unknown male in the BMW fled. We were able to later identify that to be one Terrence Baker, his prints that hit on the car, but he never filed a police report or would communicate with officers about the incident at all.
So the victim was Terrence Baker?
Correct. He just wouldn't communicate with us or anyone. And as you see here, the 17:24 hours, that address, the address at the shop, the 820, what is it, 821 or 823 South Highland?
I think
833?
It's approximately, I have it on there, I can't read it because it's kind of far, 0.49 miles away. So it's not that far away.
You're talking about this address here, the 30.
So that address is actually 3645 Allendale. He sent a different address. If you go to the next slide.
Before we go to the next slide, you've indicated that the victim of the shooting was Terrence Baker.
Correct.
Does he go by any other name?
Yes, he goes by Woo, or Paper Route Woo.
And as part of your investigation, did you determine him to be a artist on
Yes,
PRE?
he's an artist. Sorry, he's an artist on PRE. As you see,
Is that paper out? Why they get a man
here
address
is the
out?
actual address, the 3645 Allendale, and the address that Justin sent was right next door. So it was actually 3641. So he just had the address wrong. Here's so later that day, 1804 hours, Mississippi finds the Dodge Charger. Witnesses on the scene say they see 3 males jump out and run. The vehicle was stolen. They then processed that vehicle, which came back with some APHIS hits. So the fingerprint, when they dusted the vehicle, they had prints come back as to be for Justin Johnson, Rashad Hill, and Cavius Wesley. And then also they located a spent .40 caliber cartridge casing on the driver's side floorboard. And that spent cartridge casing showed to correlate with the cartridge casing found on the scene at the R shop over on South Highland Street. And then this is August 13th, so we get to this date from, again, Cornelius's interview. We look at the hot number list. We see that.
Let me just say this, y'all. Remember, everybody was putting out a narrative that Paper Route Wu and Snoop Bands was involved. The whole time, the folks trying to take out Paper Route Wu also.
859-1460, a number that belongs to Govan, had 12 communications with Justin Johnson on that day. It was a top caller.
Before we get there, go back just a bit.
The JoJo Flat Shad. Are you talking about Mob Shad?
Do you know when Mr. Govan or Justin Johnson or Juke's number appeared?
Hey, Bree Fabulous.
With Cornelius? You able to ascertain the information?
It would be hard to say just because, we get records for a certain amount of time. So I wouldn't be able to determine. I would be able to say a date just based off records we have, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't communicating prior to that.
What's up, Sight?
The record says you have, when is the first time that you see any of the individuals appear in Cornelius's phone?
I don't know. I don't have that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, at 9 o'clock, I'm gonna open up the phone lines.
So again, for this, it's
before I get off and let you all call in.
And it's going to be on August 13th, 2021. And as you can see here for Justin, he's got 12 communications with Hernandez Govan, who's his top caller. And then
okay, he said another
this is going to be the same. So another hot number list for Cornelius Smith. Now the number is different because he had this telephone number, same device but different telephone number, which is 901-479-3786. I think on his device it showed that number was last used in September, so that means it's probably sometime he changes over to the number you saw earlier. And on that hot number list, you see Bobby Carter has 33 communications, which is about his third caller. And then Devin Burns is about a sixth caller. And then you have Hernandez Govan with 8 communications, about his 10th caller.
Oh, see, his first one is Angela Arnold.
Correct. And then on this one, we have Anthony Minton's hot number list. And again, it's filtered for just the 13th. And as you can see here, Govan's number 4, I think that's 4 communications. He's actually 10, maybe 9 callers down, because you can see you have a bunch of unknown And then you have number 2 callers, just a list of numbers. That's usually just information getting from the cell phone company and other things, like other traffic, but actual numbers. He's about number 9 or 10. And then on August 13th at 13:45 hours, we have the 911 call where Terrence Baker's cellular device calls and says that he's at Allendale being shot at and he's hiding. They asked for his name, he refused to give it. He just told them to hurry up, they're coming after him. And then this will be communications with the conspirators with Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, and then the other individuals, Anthony Mims, Hernandez Govan, and any variation of their other numbers at that time. So as you can see, it's represented in color. Is essentially the light pink is going to be Hernandez Govan, the blue is Anthony Mims, and then on the left it's hard for me to see. I think I've got Justin Johnson is yellow, and then Cornelius Smith is green, just to kind of so you can see the kind of the flow of things. And so essentially on November 2nd, we had Justin Johnson had 7 communications with the cellular device that belongs to Govan, and then he had 4 communications.
And I'm sorry, are these in chronological order on the date?
Correct.
So Justin communicated with Hernandez Govan. Then he communicated with Anthony Mims. Then he communicated with Govan again. Then he communicated with
Toy
Mims
John.
again. And then he
I
communicated
missed
with
some of
Govan.
y'all in here.
Correct.
I haven't heard anything about the Shondell guy.
And then essentially this is just those call detail records, but the actual call detail records, which it's got like service codes, tower information. You'll see it has a version of the IMEI. It won't give you the actual IMEI. They kind of do some equation where they change the last 2 digits so people can't steal the IMEI off the records and create their own kind of their own service or their own account. So, but it just gives you a little bit more information. It can tell you call voicemail if there's multiple users on one call, if they're doing 3-way, and things of that nature. And then again, as you can see, you have Justin Johnson in the yellow.
Hey, nothing.
Cornelius Smith in the green, and essentially it just kind of shows the way they're cut, like who they're communicating with, and the kind of the flow in chronological order how they're talking. So as you can see, Justin Johnson had 7 with Hernandez Govan. Justin Johnson had 4 with Anthony Mims, and then he had 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius had 20 communications with Hernandez Govan, but he had 0 with Justin and 0 with Anthony Mims. And then this is just the actual raw records. It just depicts what that is. So at the top you have Justin Johnson's records, and then at the bottom you have Cornelius Smith's records.
So it looks like they're saying that Cornelius communicated just directly with Quet.
A report showing that Justin Johnson had 7 communications with Hernandez Govan. On November 4th, he had 1 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius had 2 with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Justin Johnson, or Anthony Mims, and 0 with Justin Johnson. And then these are just again, you have Justin Johnson's records that you get from the cell phone company, and then you have Cornelius Smith's records that come with the cell phone company. Again,
For November 5th, 2020.
it's November 5th. And as you can see, it's harder for me to see, but in the yellow and the green, they're kind of throughout the day. But Justin Johnson has 1 communication with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Anthony Mims, and then he has 1 communication with Cornelius Smith. And then if you look on this side, it's Cornelius Smith has 4 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims, and then of course 1 with Justin Johnson. And then these are those records that represent that. And then this is November 6th. You have Justin Johnson has 0 communications with Govan. He has 2 with Anthony Mims. He has 1 with Cornelius Smith. And then as you see, Cornelius Smith has 4 with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Anthony Mims, and then 1 with Justin Johnson. And then as you see, these are just the raw records representing those individual calls. Again, November 12th, you have 0 communications with Hernandez Govan. Justin Johnson. Yeah, Justin Johnson has 0 communications. He has 3 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius has 5 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius Smith. And again, these are just the raw records that represent that report. And then November 15th, 2021, you have Justin Johnson has 0 communication with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 communication with Anthony Mims, but he has 14 communications with Cornelius Smith. And then on Cornelius Smith, he has 2 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims, and then of course he has 14 communications with Justin Johnson. And then
Raw data.
this is just the raw data. And then November 17th, obviously, is the day of the homicide. So if we look at the hot number list on the day of the homicide,
killed.
Cornelius Smith hot number list has 12 communications with Justin Johnson. It's about his fourth top caller. He has 11 with Hernandez Govan, and then he has 8 with Angela Arnold. And then if you look at Justin Johnson's, it's harder for me to read that, to be honest, because it's a little far. If you don't mind me
Get my glasses on.
Yeah, because I can't see that far, I guess, through the glass. So on the 17th, Justin Johnson has 15 communications with Govan. It's like his third down if you remove the voicemail. And then you have 12 with Cornelius Smith. You have 11 with Angela Arnold. And then on down, he has 3 with Hernandez Govan and only 1 communication over here on the right with Anthony Mims. So that's just further down the list.
Can you read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is just going to be a call log, essentially taken from from Cornelius Smith's cellular device, and it's showing that he's communicating with Justin Johnson. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get down. It's too time. It's an incoming call, and then as you can see, he's got his contact listed as Little Brush Drop. Interesting. This is an incoming call just prior to the murder, and as you can see, when you look at their raw records, both of their call detail records show their cellular devices on a cellular tower at 1731 Cherokee Boulevard, and they both have the same tower azimuth, which is just essentially a direction on the tower of like a sector. So it'd be like a compass. So 290 would be like, you have cones. And so they're both pointing on the same sector of the same tower, which is approximately 3.9 miles away from 1766 Wild Rose Street, which is where Cornelius lives. And then this is surveillance video of the homicide with Cornelius and Justin Johnson in the photos. And you can see that's at 12:23:01 hours. And Justin will be on the left and Cornelius is on the right. And then Dolph's brother shooting at that vehicle. Here we're showing Cornelius Smith's physical phone extraction, showing that there was no outgoing communications during that time frame. So that his last outgoing communication, and before the homicide was essentially, we had that incoming at 12:04, and then you see from that time period, it's all missed calls, and then he has an outgoing to Uncle Ron.
Let me stop you. The date on the top of this is
my bad.
Should there be November
Kenny.
17, 2021?
Yes, I apologize.
Whatever.
It should be November 17th.
But the dates all here correlated.
Yeah, the dates are in the center, and as you can see, they have the times, and then below that, we have his call detail record. The records show so it shows right there if the 1804, so records come in UTC. So
it is UTC.
It's basically like universal time coordinated. So like they send the records, it's always going to be in that universal time coordinate. So we're in central time, so that would be at this time period would be 6 hours back. Right now it'd be like 5 hours back. So it just compensates for daylight savings and things of that nature. So because they're going to send those records all over whoever needs them, and so it's just easier for the companies to send them out as one format. And so like you'll see on the phone, we've got it -6 on, and that's when I create those reports. I'm actually -6, and so it just makes more sense fluidly. And then with the records, you'll see they're going to just stay the same. So that's going to be the universal time coordinate. And so at 1804, which really was the 1204, it shows the incoming call. And then after that, you see just a list of incoming calls. But then you also see.
No, I didn't see them. What you say?
Outgoing calls. But those outgoing calls are actually just a forwarding service to his voicemail. And you can see that with like the codes on the far right, which is like, I guess, so 02A would be like forwarding no reply, which means the phone is on, it got forwarded. It's just after no reply means after a couple rings, the phone forwards that call. There's other anomalies, like if the phone's off, it does something different, or if it's busy.
Juke saying don't.
Or different service.
Makes you wonder because Cornelius said that straight drop. Hold on, you all.
And then on November 17th at 12:26, you have.
Let me say this.
Justin Johnson has a.
To address that, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because I was told that when they got laid eyes on, when they saw that Dolph had gone into the cookie shop, a call was made, and the person said to make sure that he does not come out of that cookie shop. Make sure he don't come out of that cookie shop. So Cornelius says though, but Cornelius did say he was high, that he only knew about Govan had, not Govan, but Straight Drop had called Juke. After after they took out young Dolph.
FaceTime interaction with Anthony Mims at 12:26:50. So that was 3 or 4 minutes after the homicide. And he has 8 with Angela Arnold. And then if you look at Justin Johnson's, it's harder for me to read that, to be honest, because it's a little far. If you don't mind me
Put
getting
my
my
glasses on, so.
Yeah, because I can't see that far, I guess, through the glass. So on the 17th, Justin Johnson has 15 communications with Govan. It's like his third down if you remove the voicemail. And then you have 12 with Cornelius Smith. You have 11 with Angela Arnold. And then on down, he has 3 with Hernandez Govan and only 1 communication over here on the right with Anthony Mims. So that's just further down the list.
Can you read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is just going to be a call log, essentially taken from from Cornelius Smith's cellular device, and it's showing that he's communicating with Justin Johnson. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get down. It's too tight. It's an incoming call, and then as you can see, he's got his contact listed as Little Brud Drop. Interesting. This is an incoming call just prior to the murder, and as you can see, when you look at their raw records, both of their call detail records show their cellular devices on a cellular tower at 1731 Cherokee Boulevard, and they both have the same tower azimuth, which is just essentially a direction on the tower of like a sector. So it'd be like a compass. So 290 would be like, you have cones. And so they're both pointing on the same sector of the same tower, which is approximately 3.9 miles away from 1766 Wild Rose Street, which is where Cornelius lives. And then this is surveillance video of the homicide with Cornelius and Justin Johnson in the photos. And you can see that's at 12:23:01 hours. And Justin will be on the left and Cornelius is on the right. And then Dolph's brother shooting at that vehicle. Here we're showing Cornelius Smith's physical phone extraction, showing that there was no outgoing communications during that time frame. So that his last outgoing communication, and before the homicide was essentially, we had that incoming at 12:04, and then you see from that time period, it's all missed calls, and then he has an outgoing to Uncle Ron.
Let me stop you. The date on the top of this is August the 13th.
My bad.
Should that be November 17, 2021?
Yes, I apologize. It should be November 17th.
But the dates all here correlate.
Yeah, the dates are in the center, and as you can see, they have the times, and then below that, we have his call detail record. The records show so it shows right there at the 1804. So records come in UTC. So
does UTC.
It's basically like universal time coordinated. So like they send the records, it's always going to be in that universal time coordinate. So we're in Central Time, so that would be at this time period would be 6 hours back. Right now it'd be like 5 hours back. So it just compensates for daylight savings and things of that nature. So because they're going to send those records all over whoever needs them. And so it's just easier for the companies to send them out as one format. And so like you'll see on the phone, we've got it -6 on, and that's when I create those reports, I'm actually -6, and so it just makes more sense fluidly. And then with the records, you'll see they're gonna just stay the same. So that's gonna be the universal time coordinator. And so at 1804, which really was the 1204,
Hey, Memphis
it shows the
native.
incoming call.
Who else in here?
And then after that, you see
Nothing. TS.
just a list of incoming calls,
Justin
but then you
FaceTime
also see
minutes after the
some
assassination.
outgoing
Still
calls. But
doesn't-
those outgoing calls are actually just the forwarding service to his voicemail. And you can see that with like the code.
Tanya says, I feel it
on the
shows
far
what
right.
he said because he didn't
Which is
start having
like-
communication with Drop like that until the day
So
before the
02 it would
unaliving.
be
Yeah.
like forwarding, no
So it
reply,
coincides with what
which
Cornelia
means the phone
said.
is on, it got forwarded. It's just after no reply means after a couple rings, the phone forwards that call. There's other anomalies, like if the phone's off, it does something different, or if it's busy, it'll have
Nothing
a different
that's
code or
absolutely
different
also
service.
Woo and Moochie great. I think they want it
And then
all
on
gone.
November
Those
17th
bastards are
at
dirt.
12:26, you have Justin
Hey,
Johnson
Christian.
has a FaceTime interaction with Anthony Mims.
It's my
at
favorite number up there,
12:26:50, so
444.
3 or 4 minutes after the homicide. And then right here, November 17th, 12:39:07 hours, you have 3 communications at 12:39:07. One is an outgoing call. At 12:39:56, you have an incoming text. And then at 12:40:53, another outgoing call. And then you can see that indicated on the records below. And then if you look at the text, 12:39:56, you go to the next slide. And as you can see, 12:39:57 is that text, which is just Kiona Hooper is sending 4752 Haven Court, the address to her apartment, to Justin Johnson.
Oh no, James.
And then later at 12:47:22, you have Justin Johnson sending 4752 through iMessage to. And at 12:47:30, Justin Johnson sends another iMessage that says, "Now, bro, I need you now." And then you have a response at 12:47:41. Jermaine Sears sends an incoming text iMessage that says, "On my way." So 12:58:02 is when it begins, but you see Justin Johnson's SUV pull in to the two-lane apartments, or what's it? They got another name. The Gospel Garden Apartments. Then you see Justin Johnson next to Kiona Hooper, and then you see Cornelius Smith, who has the hoodie kind of draped over his shoulder. And they're going into Kiona Hooper's apartment. So this is going to be from Angela Arnold's cellular device. And this is going to be at 13:26:30 hours. And as you see, she has an incoming call from Justin Johnson, 901-236-1625. It's a 19-second call. And then you have another incoming call at 13:28:16 hours. It's a 12-second call. And then you have an instant message that comes in at 1:28:50 or 13:28:50 hours. And then below are the records that coordinate with that. with those, with her phone calls. And these are gonna be, her call detail records that are associated to her device. And then that text message, which was at 132850, is again the address, which is 4752 Haven Court.
Justin Johnson sent this to Angela Arnold.
Justin Johnson's device.
Justin Johnson's device.
Correct.
Send it
For
to
telephone
Angela
numbers,
Arnold's
yes,
device.
device, yes. Again, here you see Angela Arnold's phone extraction. She gets another incoming call at 13:55:11, and it's a 29-second call, and then that's represented down here at the bottom for her call detail records. And then as you see, 13:56, Angela Arnold arrives in the black SUV at 4752 Haven Court. And I think you see him coming outside as Justin's in the middle with the yellow hoodie. Cornelius has the black hoodie with the black pants. And Keona's just right behind him. And then you see Cornelius get in the passenger side of Angela Arnold's vehicle. So now November 17 at 14:07 hours and 15 seconds, Angela Arnold's cellular device showed an outgoing SMS message to a telephone number that belonged to Justin Johnson. That SMS message stated, "This is Steve, bruh. Send me bruh number so I can get my phone." That's then followed by another SMS message, which is at 14:13:21 from Angela Arnold's cellular device, and it says Quez number. Then we have November 9th, 2021, or 19th, I'm sorry. And this is just showing that Justin Johnson at 12 in the morning was searching, Cornelius Smith, was doing a Google search for 24-hour AutoZone.
So this is what, like 12:17 in the morning, like.
Correct. Or no, 12:17 seconds. So at 12 in the morning. And then at 12:01 in the morning,
Hey, Streets want to know. I'm going back and
Justin
seeing who I
Johnson
missed.
shows an outgoing call to a number or Cornelius, I'm sorry. Cornelius shows an outgoing call to AutoZone Auto Parts. And that comes back to the AutoZone Auto Parts at 5945 Winchester Road. Again, you'll see 12:09 or 0900 hours. Cornelius Smith's cellular device showed an incoming call that belonged to Justin Johnson, and he has the contact name labeled Little Bruh Drop. It's a 33-second duration call. Then at 12:10 a.m. or 1000 hours, you have Cornelius Smith's cellular device showing 3 outgoing calls to a telephone number that belonged to Hernandez Govan. And you can see again that's labeled bruh for the 901-618-3848 telephone number. And it's an outgoing call. It shows 2 minutes and 40-second duration. You have another outgoing call at 12:18. So the first one was at 12:10. The next one's at 12:18 a.m. It's a 1 minute, 9-second call. And then you have at 12:35 a.m., you have a 7-second duration call. It's an outgoing call. And then below are just the records that correlate with what was on a cellular device. Then on, it's 0647 hours or 6:40 8:47 a.m., Cornelius Smith's cellular device showed an incoming call from a number that belonged to Hernandez Govan, and that was 18 seconds long. And then those are the records that correlate with that communication. And then at 07:01 hours or 7 a.m., Cornelius Smith's cellular device does a Google search for AutoZone on Lamar. Then at 07:03 hours or 7:03 a.m., Cornelius Smith's cellular device showed an outgoing call to a telephone number that belonged to Hernandez Govan. There was no duration on that call. And as you see, like there's no duration on the records. And it does show like an abnormal completion, which could be a various of disruptions or problems that just
Hey, it's all in the making.
Again, it's 7:08 or 0700 hours, 8 or 7:08 a.m. He has another Google search, which is the universal car cover. And then later at 18:47 hours, there's an image of an AutoZone receipt that's extracted from his phone. And you can see that the capture time was on 11/20/2021 at 6:47 p.m. And then we have December 2nd, 2021. And so Angela Arnold's cellular device showed an outgoing Instagram chat to Anthony Mims. And essentially it says, "What's up, big bruh? I'm trying to get with you. I'm Govan, little homie. You met me before. I'm trying to let you hear my music. If you don't mind giving me a call." And then he lists 901-370-0185, which is Angela Arnold's cellular device or her cellular phone number.
I agree. They able to even get
her
all
Instagram
of
chat for
what they
participants.
said.
And above that is Juke the Boss, which is his Instagram. And then that's it.
Wow.
Your
Wow.
analyzation
I mean,
of phones,
that correlated what Cornelius said.
would you say the conspirators or the individuals listed, Justin Johnson, Cornelius Smith, and would they communicate more to Govan than with each other?
I think that it started as a lot of communications between Govan, but as you saw, as it gets closer to the day of the homicide, those communications then seem to be more between Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson, and not Govan.
And after the homicide,
I would say most of the communication. I know that Cornelius was communicating through Justin Johnson's brother. Justin Johnson was doing something weird with his phone where his brother had the phone, but he was just trying to avoid getting in trouble with his parole. So you see that Cornelius is communicating with his brother. But I don't think Hernandez was communicating with any of them that I know of, or Mims. I think all communication was done with Mims.
Thank you.
Just give me a second. We're gonna have minutes with.
So that Instagram proves that Cornelius didn't know Jill.
Okay. After the homicide, we know Justin Johnson fled to Indiana, right?
Correct.
And he gave his phone to his brother, and his brother was using the phone. So a lot of these calls, his brother was the one using his phone to make it seem like he was still here.
Correct.
So that would be Jamarcus Johnson, Justin's brother.
Correct.
Okay. This PowerPoint slide, you said you just finished it yesterday?
Correct.
All right, so I'm just trying to catch up and go through it today, as I just got it. With regards to this AutoZone stuff, was that mentioned in any of the police reports that had previously been provided?
Police report.
Right, you write down narratives, explanations of what happened.
Supplements, yeah. I mean, that was found late, but I would assume that we would either, it would be in the PowerPoint that y'all were given, or it would be, we might have some type of supplement about the receipt and everything.
I got it. So it was done yesterday. In fact, did you talk to the government about the testimony that's been going on as to what we were looking for as part of the case the last 2 days?
Not in the last 2 days. The receipts and most of that stuff was prior. The records were what I was working. They wanted the records, the November records prior.
Sure.
That's what I worked on.
Okay.
Everything else was pretty much already there. As far as like,
the reason I asked, there's not a single supplement from 2023 in the case. There's nothing. Believe me or not, you know this. You're prepared for it. It's your co-investigator on it. Do you remember ever seeing a supplement or a note anywhere that said we have an AutoZone receipt?
I know that there's multiple PowerPoints in the discovery. I'm pretty sure that have that, all those slides. Because most of those slides are taken from, I got those slides from that discovery, most of that information.
You just created it yesterday. I'm telling you, you've done 2 PowerPoints.
I didn't create the PowerPoint yesterday. I created, when I told you, the records from November. That's what I was working on yesterday.
Who put the PowerPoints together? So you made this entire 70 pages we just did?
Yeah, a lot more than that, yes.
Okay. The reason I ask is the lead detective in this case said you guys never followed up on any receipts with AutoZone. And I've been harping on AutoZone, and now for the first time I'm seeing this PowerPoint with an AutoZone receipt. Is that right?
Well, probably because we didn't find out about the receipt until much later in the investigation. This was after Cornelius and then actually getting in his phone and actually finding it. So it just took a long time to find that information.
But you guys indicted Cornelius in January of 2022, less than 2 months after this murder happened.
Yeah, I don't think we interviewed him until later.
Well, you interviewed him on December 9th. You do know that, right?
Well, that was an interview where he was not.
Well, did you do that or did you not do that? Okay.
I was not a part of that interview.
Okay.
But where he came forward with the truth, I was there.
The
on
truth.
2 different ones, 2 different interviews.
So he came forward with the truth when you were there. The truth.
I was, yes.
Okay. Do you remember him making a statement to you in August? And you were there. It's recorded, so I'm going to play it. Do you remember it? You were the second detective.
He made a lot of statements, so you hadn't even played it yet for me to remember.
I'm just asking you because you went through 70 pages of slides with very specific dates and times of phone calls. Do you remember how many times Cornelius Smith made statements to the police?
I mean, I sat in on, I think, 2 interviews.
All right. How many total times did Cornelius Smith talk to the police? You are co-lead investigator.
I sat in for 2, and I know he had one when he was initially, I would think one when he was initially arrested.
Okay.
Where essentially he didn't say anything, or he might have said he didn't even do it. I
You
wasn't
don't
in that interview. I was in the 2 that I had with the prosecutors and his attorneys and everybody that was involved.
After he signed the proffer agreement
Yes,
to be protected and all that kind of stuff with his statements.
yes,
That's the proffer agreement, right?
correct.
Okay, it protects the person saying it. right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember a proper agreement taking place in August of 2022?
It's possible, yes. I don't remember when those two proper dates were.
Okay. Before I play that tape, Mr. Cornelius and Angela had both already talked to you all, right?
Correct.
Angela actually supposedly came clean on December 17th of 2021.
Correct.
Told you about AutoZone.
She did not tell us about anything about it.
Okay, so in the 2017, when she just testified, that would be incorrect about AutoZone.
She did not say anything. I did not see anything in her testimony.
Okay.
I don't remember her saying anything about AutoZone. I found that out the day Cornelius had mentioned it to us.
When was that?
That would have been later when in one of those proffers. I'm not sure if it was the first or the second one.
Okay.
But he relayed that information to us, and that's when we started looking in his phone for that specific information to see if it was true.
All right, and Sergeant Dabney was involved in the proffers too as the lead agent in this case.
He could have been. I think at some point he had left, but I don't know if it was prior, before, or after. At some point he retired. I'm not sure what that time frame was.
Okay. So you don't know when the lead investigator in this case retired. On the biggest case that Memphis has got with Young Dolph, you don't remember that.
He's got his own homicides that he's working. We were embedded in this, working this in a completely different building. Yes, we coordinate with him, but at some point I know he retired.
Okay.
And during the investigation, I don't document the date that he left.
All right. Go ahead. Like,
I know the pictures are a little grainy.
stop this. That's your voice, right? We're showing Cornelius pictures, and you say they're a little grainy.
I think so. It was
Go ahead and
that
say it
second.
again.
Okay, I know the pictures are a little grainy. Do you know what that
That's you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, let's keep going.
is? It's from your phone. You're holding it.
A video?
It was in your phone. It was a video.
Yep, it was a rainy tank. Yep.
What firearm is that?
There's an AK-47, I think. That one just gun.
That was going to hit him. Is that the gun that you used
Yo, that's the gun he had, yo.
on the murder?
I guess it's a sign on, but pretty much. Yes, sir.
That's the one you had on the Moochie, right?
Yeah, it was the day on which I heard.
The adult, did you have that same gun?
I believe so. But he had two of them. He had two of them. He had like, yep, two handguns.
What is this?
That's old. It ain't even right same thing.
What about this one?
It's old. It's an ounce gun.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, but it was in the gun section.
It's a cop
Alright, stop it there. You were showing him photos, Cornelius Smith, you're showing him photos from his phone, correct?
Yeah.
You gotta say yes or no.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes.
Alright, so he talks about AK-47s, about when he was shooting Moochie or Wu or whoever many people he shot.
Well, he didn't shoot Bucci. He said they went up there to attempt to, but Justin Johnson was holding an assault rifle and was laying down in the back before they drove off. They didn't do anything, but we were showing them the different firearms we had found in his to see. We were trying to find the firearms.
Pardon me
they
for
was
being
ready
naive, I
to
know
kill
you may not have
Moochie,
shot
right?
anybody, but when I'm going there with guns and they jam or whatever, we don't use them, it still is pretty safe. So you show him the photos in his phone, right? That's the AK-47, then you go through the photo, that's Angela's handgun, right?
I think he said it was Angela's handgun, but it was photos of guns
Okay.
in his.
And the next thing you say is, I don't know how this photo got in here. It looks like it's a car part. You remember that? Play it again.
I mean, I heard it, but I don't know what it's
Turn
in
it,
reference
telling
to, unless
everything.
we saw some car part. I heard
Play it
something
again.
with auto.
It's your
That's
voice.
old. It ain't even right same thing.
What about this one?
It's old. It's an ounce gun.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, but it was in the gun section.
It's a cop
So you said, I don't know what this is in the gun section. It's a car part.
Right.
That was said, right?
Yes, because you can filter on the Cellbrite software, like firearms, right? Because we were trying to find the firearms used in the murder. And when we filtered that, we had some that were so grainy, we weren't sure, but maybe he could clear it up. He said it was a car part.
Okay.
It wasn't really, you couldn't really tell what it
Right.
was.
I appreciate the explanation. You couldn't really tell, but these jurors are going to watch that receipt, and you're telling us that that receipt is an AutoZone receipt.
It looks like it's got, if you look at the very top, it looks like an AutoZone receipt. It's got the auto part and the zone. It's very difficult to see, I
Sure.
agree, but it looks like an AutoZone receipt at the top.
All right, so that is a great point. You said as part of your investigation, you name it, we collected it, right? You said that to the government when you're talking about how thorough we were?
Correct.
All right, so it sort of kind of looks like an AutoZone receipt. Did you happen to go about 6 blocks that way to the AutoZone headquarters and just say, could you pull the receipts from that very specific location that you told the jurors about to see if anybody purchased anything?
Again, if you look at the receipt in the PowerPoint, you can't, I don't think I was able to tell where it came from. And
All right, so now we don't know where it came from,
we
or
know
it could be AutoZone.
it looks like an AutoZone receipt.
Right, well, I looked,
But it doesn't, you
Your
can't see the
objection,
fine
X
print.
then answered it this time.
he's gonna dodge the question, Judge.
I'm not dodging the question.
Objection overruled, and strike the record.
Again, you don't know if that's an AutoZone receipt. We're making presumptions based on a crumply receipt.
You're saying that I don't know it's an AutoZone receipt. I looked at the photo and at the top, you can see the AutoZone part. You can't see when he purchased it or the dates on the fine print, but it appears at the top, it says AutoZone. And it doesn't have all the details, because trust me, we looked at that. We wanted to see what time did this purchase happen. But he said cash. So we were like, well, I mean, can we get video? I mean, we look at these things to try to figure it out, but sometimes all you might have is just at the very top, it says AutoZone.
Yes, it sounds like it's a very difficult job. Did you go to the AutoZone?
Oh my God, that
and ask
man
him
is
to
so
pull video?
rude.
At the time, we didn't have an address.
And you said you looked at the phone and you saw it, you got an address. Did you go yesterday to ask AutoZone headquarters, is there a receipt available?
Historically.
No, not
AutoZone
historically.
or any
Yes
business
or no?
is 30
Judge, I
days.
need him to answer. He's dodging me over and over again. I'm asking
I'm-
simple
No,
questions.
I'm gonna object. It's not
Did
allowed.
you go?
Objection.
No, I did not.
Objection, wait. She's objecting.
To what?
The objection. Your Honor, if he would allow the witness to actually answer the 15 questions he's asked, he might get the answer that he needs. I'm asking him to let the witness answer. Let him answer.
Did you go to AutoZone at any point in this investigation? I appreciate the smirk, but just answer yes or no.
No.
Did you
In
go?
objection, Your Honor, I would ask him,
No.
he's not making.
We don't need commentary.
All right.
Just ask the question.
No,
Answer the question.
I've said no 4 times now. No, 5.
Okay, so we never went to AutoZone to confirm what this receipt might be.
My
Did
face
you go
would
to
be
Pressure
turning
World
red
to
too
look
if
through all the
somebody was
cameras that
yelling
they
at
had
me.
at Pressure World?
I did
I
not.
think anybody
Okay,
would be mad
anybody
about
do that?
somebody
Could
yelling at
magically be
them.
on a phone somewhere.
I did not, I was not a part of that first part of the investigation. I did not see anything that had any, where they went to Pressure World.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
All right.
Thank you.
With regards to the records that you went through with the phone calls and the hierarchy of numbers, we know for a fact that Justin Johnson did not communicate with Hernandez Govan for at least 2 weeks prior to the homicide. The last call was on November 5th, about 8 seconds. Do you remember
Me too,
that?
Switch B.
There's hundreds of records. He's saying they didn't communicate on the phone.
You went through a PowerPoint slide and you put up November 5th, so there may have been a call, it was like 8 or 10 seconds. Then we went through the rest of it and there was not a single call between Justin Johnson and Hernandez Govan until after the homicide took place. Do you remember that? Okay. With regards to Cornelius Smith, you said 2 calls were made on November 15th. No calls between Cornelius Smith and Hernandez Govan on the 16th, right?
Correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
All right. And then the 2 calls that you put on the slideshow with regards to Cornelius and Hernandez Govan, one of the calls was 0 seconds, right?
There were calls on there with 0 seconds. Yes.
Right. So And the other call was 40 seconds and it had a code 11 next to it. You know, it could be 2-way, it could be 11.
There were calls with 11, yes.
Okay. With regards to an individual that you had up there that was communicating with Mr. Johnson, Jermaine Sears, during the course of the investigation, remember that?
I do.
Okay. And he helped them after the shooting get the medical supplies and things.
He brought clothes.
Okay. Did you bring bandages and such?
I don't know exactly what he brought.
Okay.
What I saw Justin get was a bag of clothes. So.
What do you mean what you saw Justin get? It's just from the still shots, right? It looks like
Well,
it's bad.
in the video, when Jermaine Sears pulls up, Justin Johnson gets clothes and some other things out of the back of Jermaine's car.
Okay. You wanted to talk to Jermaine as part of your investigation, right?
We did.
You did or you didn't?
We could.
Okay. And that's because you called to try to reach Jermaine Sears and you were referred to his lawyer. Is that right?
Correct.
And then his lawyer, all he said is Jermaine's out of town. That's it, right?
Yeah, he's not going to talk.
Okay. Did he say he's not going to talk or did he say he's out
He
of
said he
town?
was not going to communicate with us. I think we tried a couple times.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with this, please. Just let me know when you're finished.
Mm.
Text message. So yeah, it give you something.
I'm just trying to keep it simple. There are some summary tables where it just sort of had the top 10 list or something, and it's a number of calls.
Oh, hot number list?
The hot number list.
Yeah.
And so that didn't tell us if anything actually went through, if it was a text, it was just how many
Correct.
communications
Just
we
how
had.
many communications they had on that day.
And we don't know if it's back and forth, if it's one way, anything.
Doesn't list any, just shows communications for that individual's phone.
Okay. With regards to Justin Johnson, you're aware that Mr. Govan and he were doing music together, music business type stuff together.
I was.
And there were hundreds, if not thousands, of text messages between those two in the summer of 2021.
I can say that's probably true.
Okay. And they, okay. With regards, so we've established that he's doing music with them, and you said, yes, probably true. I would argue there were thousands of text messages about music with them. And with Cornelius, you know, there was almost daily contact, even if it didn't make the hot list, where Cornelius would call Govan to go hang out at his house or come get pills.
I don't know what he was doing.
Right, but he did speak to you and said, I hung out with Govan a lot. I used to hang out at his house and stuff.
He said that he hung out at the house, yeah. And then bought drugs from him.
Okay, you guys. Listen. I want to say this. Hey, Miss D. I want to say this. You know, it seems like to me, whole lot of questions about, yeah, it seems like to me that even though Cornelius was up under the influence, what happens is the calls and all of that kind of correlates what he says. I don't think I think he might be off on some things, but I don't really think that. I think he's made up his mind that he's gonna tell the truth. He really don't have anything to lose, right? By telling the truth, he's got something to gain. You know, instead of 60 years, maybe they'll give him 30. Okay, he's looking at it like that. And this right here is a sad thing. Govan's attorney seems to be pretty harsh. Um, and he seems to be in a bad mood. Okay, but according to him, he's mad that his client has to go through this and he's being set up. Okay. Do I believe that Govan paid for the hit? I don't believe. I always said I never believed that he paid for the hit. I always said that. I always believed that Yo Gotti had paid for the hit. Okay. Um, Juke was the person because Juke was more so out in the streets, and this is just, in my opinion, allegedly, Juke was more so out in the streets. Okay, so he had the connection with the street people. So of course, Juke would be, yeah, man. But Manny is bringing everybody down. Yes, indeed, Manny is bringing everybody down. Juke was the person that was the enforcer, of course, and so he had the connection with Quet. And I do believe that there was conversations with Quet about seeing who that they could get up to. Did he know anybody that would be willing to take the hit? I do believe that. So we're looking at Quet's attorney is definitely telling about all the time they was getting ready to kill Moochie Great. Straight Drop was laying in the back of the car. He had the weapon. He didn't do it because he always wanted Cornelius to initiate it. He always wanted Cornelius to knock the person down. Okay. That's they knew Cornelius was on pills and all of that. They sent him out quite a bit. And hey, all of this is unfortunate. And I want to say this because I think it's a darn shame that it came to this. All of these lives and stuff are ruined. Number one, because of greed. I think that a lot of people made a lot of bad decisions based on greed. I do believe that it was $1.5 million. I believe that they told Cornelius, okay, that it was 100,000, and then they turned around. Too many people had their hands in the kitty, and then they decided that they were not going to give Cornelius anything. They was going to kill him. And so that's why, like Mr. N said, he trying to come out the bleachers and slam dunk on him because they used him to kill Doc, which was wrong all the way across the board. And then they treated him like a junkie, okay, which is what he was, okay. And so jealousy and envy have us here. All they had to do was leave that man alone and let him enjoy his life. Okay. I said I was gonna get off here 9:30, but I want to show you all this right here. I think it's a damn shame how what they did to him. Jealousy is as cruel as the grave. They didn't want this man to enjoy his life. He was getting on the when he would get on the internet. Okay, he would show the cars that he had bought cash. His jewelry was real. Okay, and some people just can't stand for you to be great. That spirit of jealousy resides. And so after he was killed, we started seeing more people, okay, doing what he was doing even back then before they killed him, when it was enough for everybody. Okay, it was enough money. The United States print up their own motherfucking money. Excuse my French. So why did they have to go and kill this man? This man was a human being. He wasn't just young Dolph. He was Adolph Thornton Jr., son to Diane and Adolph Thornton Sr. He was a father. He was a husband. He was a brother. Okay. I know a lot of people say, well, he wasn't legally married. The Bible said when you go into a person, you married to him. As far as I'm concerned, Mia J is his damn wife. So don't try and correct me. Okay. And so this is all a result of jealousy. And I think at some point we have to take a stance. I say this all the time. One of the reasons why this case is so interesting, I believe God has it like this for a reason. It ain't no such thing as choose sides. Somebody got to start choosing the side of what's right. People always want to ride the fence, and that's why people are getting set up and killed. Don't nobody want to take a stance on nothing because they want to play both sides because they feel like it's beneficial to them. So what people are going to have to start doing is being strong enough and saying you can't play both sides. I'm gonna just go and push you over to the other side. They'll find that they might live longer and have less issues. Okay, as I always say, people straddle the fence so much, they sit on the fence so much, they have splinters up their ass. Okay. And so I think that it is sad when we see the talent in Memphis. Yo Gotti is talented and Young Dolph is talented. But at some point, somebody got to say, even though I mess with Yo Gotti's in the music, them ninjas was wrong. Okay? Them ninjas was wrong. I feel like it is our fault to a degree because everybody like a good beef. Okay? Young Dolph was keeping it in the music and making money. You would have thought that Yo Gotti would have been mentally, he would have been strong enough to reciprocate that, and they could have made a ton of money. But at some point, somebody became sensitive, and he only became sensitive because he saw the success and he saw that Young Dolph had the potential. Okay? He had the potential. And so people get afraid. It's happening every single day of the potential of people that can see when a person has a drive. And if it's not stopped, they become dangerous and homicidal. Okay. And so what was happening was what we should have did as the consumers was said to Yo Gotti, we see all of these attempts on Young Dolph's life. And the way that we say that to him is we put it out in the internet world. If anything happens to Young Dolph at some point, what you're trying to kill him, your people, before straight dropping them killed him, you had Black Youngster them trying to kill him. Shout out to my best friend. I don't mean no harm. She in the chat, okay? That's my best friend. That's Black Youngster's cousin. We grew up together, okay? He sent Black Youngster and them out. He sent Keon and them out. He was using anybody that he could. And so then it made sense what Cornelia said. Cornelia said, listen, they decided because they kept trying to kill him, God kept giving them niggas the opportunity, them ninjas, excuse me, the opportunity to change their minds. Because even though they were shooting, they shot him. They didn't kill him. They had the opportunity to change their minds. This is why the federal government is not going to allow Yo Gotti and them to play in their faces. They continuously try to kill the man. Young Dolph didn't press no charges on him. Because if he had pressed charges on him, their asses would still be in jail right to this day. He had the money to hire hitman men to pop back at him. As if you ask me, he was well within his rights because they were a threat to his person. Okay? He didn't do that. And they continuously tried to shoot at. They continuously kept going until they killed this man and took his life. I don't give, let me sit up when I say this, because I have to make myself real clear when I say this. I don't give two F's about how nobody feel, okay, about me saying Yo Gotti's ass is wrong. His ass gonna pay one way or the other, okay? Because it started with him. Black Youngster ain't had no beef with Young Dolph. Young Dolph was dealing with Big Jook at some point, okay? Helping him out, okay? It all started with Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti is a sociopath, okay? The idea that they could continuously go until they took the breath out of this human being. Look at all the lives that was ruined, okay? And so what I have to do is I have to fault some of these other folks that participated in this, all for greed. They thought that they was going to build a castle off of the back of another man's life. But y'all know we serve a mighty good God, don't we? He says that you have to reap what you sow, okay? So what they did was they built a sand castle, which is why it can't stand. And so you got Govan, as brazen, as crazy as Govan's attorney might seem, everything and everybody has a purpose. He has come in and threw everybody over under the bus. He ain't sparing not a soul, okay? What he's doing is he's letting it be known that there was a consistent pattern of trying to kill everybody within PRE, and it strictly came from the CMG camp. He laying it out there for him. He ain't sparing a soul. Okay? So these people got to reap what they sow. Hey, listen, I enjoy Yo Gotti's music as you know, I'm not a real big rap person. Okay, I listen to a lot of gospel and 70s and 80s music. Okay, but Yo Gotti got some songs that are light. But I can't look over the fact that this man used the money that he obtained, okay, through from the people within the hoods, the urban community, okay? We helped him to get rich. We supported him. We bought his music. Memphis supported him before anybody else knew him. And then just like he came after 3-6, it's always somebody gonna come after you. Why couldn't he just leave Young Dolph alone and let him shine? His old ass know he couldn't reign forever. Everybody has their time. And that's the problem with jealousy. People have their time, you make the most of it, and then when your time is up, you're supposed to be willing to pass the torch. Everybody trying to hold on to the torch until it burn their damn hands up, okay? And so they killed this man, and you got so many people. I don't know why they supposedly so loyal to the streets, but hey, we listen. Hey, Govan's attorney been throwing everybody up under the bus, even other attorneys, okay? He been laying it flat out there for him. So I ain't got no issues with that. But everybody has to pay for their part in this. It wasn't nothing right about it. So nobody can ever make me feel guilty about sitting up here as a black mother. I don't have any sons, I got daughters. Nobody could ever make me feel guilty as a black woman sitting on this platform saying them Negroes was wrong. They was wrong for killing that man like that. It ain't no right about it. So when folks think they're gonna bring their asses up in here and bully me, I have to go ahead and let them know I'm from South Memphis. You're gonna get your ass up out of this motherfucker. Excuse my French, because I says what I want to say. People don't like to speak truth anymore. And that's the reason why we see a lot of the youth misled, because they looking at a bunch of damn crazy ass older people that ain't got no type of righteousness in them. It ain't nothing right about what they did to that boy. It was wrong. I don't care what he said. Like I said, if Yo Gotti couldn't stand for Young Dolph to go at him, he should have left him alone. And so before they say she on there hollering, this my show. I say what I want to say. Okay? They thought that they was going to be able to mess with that boy and try to stop him and block him behind the scenes and he not say nothing. No, they wanted to do it behind the scenes. He let the world know what they was doing to him. He brought it to the forefront. So that's what the devil do. The devil don't like being exposed. They want to be able to do you dirty and you do nothing. You suffer. No, he didn't do that. He put it in his music and people wanted to hear it. He put it out there about him. If they didn't want him talking about him, they should have left him alone. And so just true to the form of the devil, because they couldn't stop him, it happens every day. People try to kill a person's vision, or they try to kill a person because they see the mandate on their life and the blessing on their life, and they try to kill them before they arrive. Okay? The thing about it was he was determined to arrive, and they couldn't stop him. They did everything they could to stop him before he arrived, and he arrived anyway, and they killed him. They couldn't take it. Okay? They was wrong. And I'm sick of these. If ain't no black man gonna be righteous enough to sit up here and say, you said playing size, you's a damn fool. Then as a black woman, I'm going to be brave enough to sit up here and say, these damn men got to do better. Well, I'm going to stay out of it. Somebody got to speak up. They did them wrong, especially if you got black sons that's got potential on the inside of them. We can't have people like Yo Gotti out there thinking that he can kill everybody that he can't get money off of and control. The devil is a lie. Okay? And so that's why I take an interest in this. YouTube don't pay me no damn money. Even with the views, I don't get paid no money. I get paid money by getting my ass up and going to work every day. That's how I get paid. Okay? So if I didn't get on YouTube another day, it ain't going to affect my lifestyle. Okay? But people got to stand on the side of what's right. I support you. I still like his music. Yo Gotti is talented. All he had to do is continuously walk his path and stop looking in the direction of Young Dolph. But he couldn't do that because that green-eyed monster wouldn't let him. And so the thing I like about Orange Bound Quest's attorney is that he ain't spared a soul. When everybody was wanting to say it was just Juke, we already knew it wasn't just Juke. Manny Aurora is putting out there Yo Gotti and Juke. Whose label is it? Who did them prosecutors say paid for them attorneys? CMG. Who had promised to make Straight Drop the next big artist? CMG. Who is Yo Gotti? Who is the owner? Okay, Yo Gotti is the CEO of what? CMG. Okay. So it all trickles back to him where people tried to protect him, and we already know he couldn't be protected. And so Manny telling some lies, because we already know Juke was picked up by the feds. It's obvious it's some type of federal investigation going on, okay? But I told y'all what my friend told me that worked for the police department, and he said it just out of the blue one day. He called me. He never talks about nothing. He said, Tamra, you do know why RICOs was started, right? He said it was started because it's so hard sometimes to pinpoint one person. But in a RICO, all you got to do is prove that there's some type of criminal organization. Now, CMG is supposed to be a record label, okay? But it seems like to me it's been a whole lot of criminal shit going on because we saw how they stayed on the TV from trying to kill one damn man, and they got to pay for that. You can't just take a man's life and think you're going to or pay people to take a man's life and think that folks are going to be able to protect you. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with these damn men. These damn black men, they gather around these folks that they think they got some money and get on their knees for some damn crumbs instead of having a damn backbone. They rolling over and doing anything for some damn money. I can't stand no jellyback Negro. Okay? To the point that they willing to go away from their own families and leave their own kids for some damn money. If somebody gonna sign you, you shouldn't have to go put your damn life on the line if you got the talent. Okay? What these folks did was wrong, and there wasn't nothing right about it. And so, Man Aurora may not be likable, but you got to respect him. He done put it all out there, and he ain't trying to save nobody. So it's obvious to me that CMG ain't paid for Quet's lawyer. Because Manny Aurora gonna make sure, okay, that RICO happens. All right? Anyways, you guys, listen, I said I was going to be on here till 9:30. He said, I sure know some. That's why I'm dolo. But there has to be some justice. It ain't nothing right about what they did. Okay? It ain't nothing right about it. And these men are going to have to be very wise about what they choose to do. Because, when they go through this stuff, ain't nobody going to be in court but your family. Why put your mama and your kids and your sisters and your woman and stuff through all of this just for some damn crumbs? the thing gonna get to spin anyways, because you can't make wrong right. Did they really think that they was gonna be able to kill that man? And you had Mia J getting up early in the morning, because I used to get up on the lives early when they was fasting and praying. God says, where 2 or 3 agree, I'd be in the midst. Did they really think that God was a liar? That they weren't going to reap what they sow? It wasn't going to happen. They got to get it back. It just ain't no ways around it. That ain't hating. A ninja got to reap what they sow. And because I'm a true woman, I don't want to see nobody kill them. I believe in justice. Okay? If they didn't want this day to come, they never should have did what they did, but they had a determination to take that boy from his life because they was jealous. Okay? That's why when Straight Drop made that call, and I hope it comes out, and said that that boy they spotted him and he had went into the cookie shop. Somebody on that line told him, make sure he don't come out. Because they didn't want him to be able to live and make another song, 100 shots, and run it up. They wanted to take him from his greatness. They couldn't stop him. They wanted to kill his artist to discourage him. God protected them. It wasn't their time. Okay? So we'll just kill his artist. Maybe that'll make him stop wanting to be great. They couldn't stop that. He kept going up. We can't stop the greatness because it was the legacy and the greatness that they was after. We just got to take the whole man because he ain't going to stop. We got to take him away from his body. It ain't got nothing to do with no words. This man is in his grave because of jealousy. And anybody that'll kill you because of jealousy is a dangerous ninja, and they got to go down. They ain't worthy of being out because they'll be peeking out somebody else's greatness and be trying to kill them too. It's a sickness. Jealousy is a sickness. Okay? So that's why I get on my platform and talk my shit. Ain't nobody gonna whoop my ass about it. These folks need to get right because it's wrong. It's wrong what they did to that boy. The boy was helping folks. He was putting back into the city of Memphis. Well, it's a tax write-off. Well, at least he made it a tax write-off because some of these ninjas could make it a tax write-off and ain't doing a damn thing, putting guns back in the community. Ain't nobody got to tell your Gotti and them about the poverty and how the folks in Memphis suffering. They came up out of the streets of Memphis. How could they send destruction back like that? You had a young man that had learned the recipe and was teaching these young men how to get some generational wealth without being raped by the record businesses. And they took him away because they was jealous of him. That's unacceptable. Okay? It was wrong. It ain't nothing right about it. Don't come on you ain't nobody been able to, they know right now, they know by now, I don't care. When they try, you choosing sides, you go on because you'll make the South Memphis come up out of me. I've been doing good, okay? When that boy said self-made millionaire, oh, what a feeling. I felt that. They felt it too. That's the reason why they took him from his life. They was not satisfied. But in the process, they took themselves from their own life. Okay? Because they don't have to fight this. I'll show y'all this.
No witnesses when to get. Ice scraps, I got plenty. He the freshest, highest, richest nigga in the city. Wake up every where you slide.
Tall, chocolate, handsome, easy on the eyes. The women was gonna flock to the concerts, okay? And wherever the women are, the men are gonna be. So they knew he was gonna be able to draw a crowd. They couldn't take it. They couldn't take it. I want to show one more thing before I get off here. Long live Young Dolph. Okay, we gotta remember this was a human
Hey, what's
being.
up, dog? What's up, Young Dolph? What's up, Young Dolph? How you doing, bro? Dolph, man. So, how are you feeling, man? After your cousin, man. Are you doing all right? Do you have any plans to honor him? Like,
yeah, it's your first year, you know, for the holidays. You know, I know you didn't get a chance, but do you have any plans to like honor him for the holidays?
Shit bigger than me. Like the whole world gonna honor him every day.
What's up?
The whole world gonna honor him every day. It's bigger than me.
Right.
Do you guys have any unreleased music? You don't? Or you do? No? Man, you knew the new Dumb and Dumber is crazy, man. You've been dropping a lot of hot tracks. Are you working on some other new tracks?
Are you really? Oh, yeah. Do you get any plans to like spend time with your family or anything like that?
We're gonna figure it out. It's still fresh, it's still new. Hey, dog.
Long live Young Dolph. As co-figures say, the paper route boss. And we're gonna have to start standing for something that's right. Because as I was getting ready to say before, when they were shooting at him and they was trying to kill him, that was the time for us as the consumers to say, okay, now Yo Gotti, y'all gone too far. If anything happens to Young Dolph and he dies, nobody on that CMG label will ever sell another album, another ticket, or nothing. You start messing with people's money. If he would have understood that you ain't gonna be able to make it in this business because we ain't gonna support you if you end up dead, maybe he would have backed off. Maybe. Because that green-eyed jealousy demon is something else. But we got to start speaking up and saying, no, we're not going to support you if you think you're going to go and kill somebody, another human being. We can't support that type of energy because when we support it, we promote it. And we don't need that into the atmosphere. Listen, y'all, that's my time. I got to run. I'll be back on tomorrow. I got some things that I got to do. Y'all go. Hitter is get ready to come on, okay? Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. I've been on almost 4 hours. I enjoyed you all tonight. If you want to support the channel, you can hit up the Cash App $ Real Talk with Tamara. I will be on to commentate on this tomorrow for day 3. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.